got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top. To Just it feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't wanna talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats would tell lies, then they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yo. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the fam. We back again. Back on this good Monday. The Get Boxing is JusDueBoxing. Y'all already know, man. You catch this on the playback. Smash the like button, sub to the channel, turn your notifications on. You know, proper room etiquette, man. Y'all smash the like button rolling in. We got a lot of boxing to talk about today, man. We had a hell of a week last week of boxing. Man, and a damn good weekend of fights. Some unexpected outcomes. Some of them to be expected. You know what I mean? And we gonna talk about it, man. We got a lot to unpack for sure. And salute to my bro, Lonnie Lee, man. Said we gotta eat, bro. Man, much love and appreciation to my bro in that Cash App. Always supporting the ground.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
So that's salute to my guy, Lonnie. Much love. Let me say what's up to the fam. Tonya Vandross Williams Jr. Peace and blessings, Queen. Today is April Fool's. How you feeling, Queen? Hope you feeling well over there. Ace, all love, family. Miss Joette, peace and blessings to the Queen. Fight game, what's good, bro? Crush the Legend, my bro, in the building. Gianni Lake Legion in the building. What's good with it? Skywalker in the building. What's good, family? Thrill Hill in the building. What's good, fam? 88 Sports Talk. And my guy, Lonnie Lee. Much love to you, bro. Appreciate you. Man, we got a lot to unpack, though, man. It was a good week of boxing. Like I said, it continued over into the weekend. Man, we had some damn good fights, man, that we gonna get into. But you know, the hot topic is of course we all seen what happened in the main event with Fundora and Tszyu. And we seen Spence jump in the ring, and then we got to see or hear and see some of people's reactions to it. You know, I'm not really here to complain about good fights. I mean, it's, you know, whatever fight they can give us that makes sense, I'm going to take. I know a lot of people, you know, kind of pissed off at Errol Spence seeming like he getting an opportunity over Terence Crawford, but I don't think you should be surprised. You know what I mean? I don't think there's no surprise there. Did I miss somebody? Oh, he said Grinch, but yeah, bro. Some great fights this past weekend. Barbara D, peace and blessings to the queen. How you feeling today? Yeah, man, we had some great fights, but just a hot topic. We're gonna talk about a little bit of everything. I think fights over the weekend, like I said, was some damn good fights. Oscar Valdez got himself back on the winning side of things. He got a knockout that he ain't had in years. It's been a few years. I think what they say 2021 since he got a knockout. So, you know, he went in there with Liam Wilson. Liam Wilson, very tough, man. He was tough. He was game. I just think he I don't know, he might have fought the wrong game playing with Oscar Valdez. He gave him way too many opportunities to land. And you know, Oscar Valdez, if he get you hurt, he going for the kill. And that's exactly what he did against Liam Wilson. And, you know, Liam Wilson, man, that's the type of guy that will win you over even in a loss. Because I don't see how you, even though he got stopped, I don't see how you walk out of that fight not wanting to see him again. You know what I'm saying? I appreciated his effort. He damn sure tried to push Valdez, but like I said, I think he was a little too brave for his own good, and he was a little too willing to stand in the pocket with Valdez. And if you've seen Valdez in the past and you know what troubles him, you understand is boxing, lateral movement, you know what I mean, being a moving target, things like that. If you're going to stand right in front of him, you're just going to give him way too many opportunities. And if your defense ain't all the way up to par, he gonna land. You get what I'm saying? Even if you got good defense, sooner or later he gonna get home. He got a strong power jab. You get what I'm saying? Him and Liam Wilson, they went at it until Oscar Valdez broke through, hurt him, and got that knockout. That's what I like to hear. You blessed, man. Good to hear that, Queen. Kermel Moten. Yeah, I like Kermel. Another good win. Good 8 rounds for him too. That he went solid 8 rounds for him. I think that was good for him to get some exposure, some TV time. And it was the first guy to take him the distance. And, of course, his first time not only going the distance, but going 8 rounds. I think that's going to work wonders for him moving forward. Like, you can't get everybody out of there, and you don't need to. And I think fighters learn more about themselves and decision wins than they do in these fast knockouts sometimes. So I think it was good to see him go to round. Silverado Low in the building. Hardcore Boxing News, my guy, J Hardcore, JBT in the building. Was good, my bro. How you feeling? Bruce Guys, how you feeling, OG? Salute to you. Dude, Kamel fought with no slouch. Yeah, he fought an undefeated guy with some experience. And I think fight game people don't understand that. You know, he might have had 2 draws, but he had 7 wins. And it's 9 fights. And Kamel was just in his 3rd professional fight. So it definitely, he wasn't fighting no tomato can, or, you know, as they call it, cab driver. He's fighting a valid opponent. So, again, man, good test for him. He passed it with flying colors. That dude just loved to fight. He loved to fight. He got it. He understand it early, man, and he just get in there and he make it a fight, man. He ain't coming to play around with you. I like the young Kermel. A good win for him. But Valdez, impressive win for Oscar Valdez for sure. Yeah, Senicia Estrada and Yokasta Valle. Another good fight from the women. Undisputed fight. That was another good fight. We just had good boxing all around. It not much you could complain about. Salute to my guy, Jay. Much love, bro. It wasn't much to complain about. But, aside from that, like I said, Valdez, I like the possibilities that's there for him. And I know they had Oshaki Foster on saying that, you know, he wanted the winner. And Valdez already said he looking to fight guys like that too. So I think moving forward, man, he can make some good fights. But I think, again, Shockey kind of got the kind of style to give Valdez issues. But Shockey does make mistakes. He do leave opportunities on the table for you to capitalize on. But like I said, I think he got the overall skill set to give Valdez issues. And him on the top of his game, he'll give him a tough fight for sure. Anthony Kermel gonna be a huge fight in the future. Yeah, man. I think he gonna I think Carmel can keep winning. Which Anthony? Anthony who? Which Anthony? I like Carmel, man. Young kids know how to fight, man. The salute to the Rise podcast, the family. I seen a thumbnail early. They gonna have Carmel Moten on later, so I know that's gonna be good. I'm a you know, my notification set to on. I want to make sure I see that, you know. But let's get to this, man. Let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about this main card, man. Again, this was only 17, bro. That's big. Only 17 and doing this fight game. Only 17. It's big for him, man. That's why I say he ahead of the curve right now. He getting that TV time. He getting some exposure. He getting the experience. I mean, he got the right team behind him. They pushing him. They gonna promote him. He gonna promote himself. His fights are exciting, and he got that blessing. So people gonna, I think, be tuned in each and every time they say he on the card. So that's good for him. I like Carmel Moten. Salute to him, man. Good, tough 8 rounds, and he handled business. And he hurt his guy a couple times too. He just, you know, sometimes you got those guys that ain't coming to be knocked out, and that's the kind of opponent he had. You know what I mean? Only looking better than some of the older guys. I'm telling you, Bole was good with it. Roger was good with it. Crazy how Cruz had no issue with Rolly's power. Cruz, man. Cruz is different, man. He a little different. We got to talk about it, though, Carmel Moten. Yup, explosive, young. He got a good motor on him, too, Barbara D. I like his motor. I mean, he's very busy in there. He let them hands go, and I like to see it. It's fun. He's fun watching Carmel. I like him. Don't mess with Texas in the building. What's good, bro? How you feeling? Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. We just getting started. We gonna cook today. I'm so happy he went 8 rounds. Yeah, he showed us. Yeah, he got that. He got some dog in him. He young, man. That's the part. He got so many more years of being young. You get what I'm saying? Shit, we thought Kid Austin was young, and he still is, right? Kid Austin just hitting 20. This kid's 17, so he got a bright future ahead of him, man. He's just getting a lot of valuable experience early, and they slowly working him into, you know, TV, getting that TV time. So I like seeing it. Pitbull, no easy win for nobody. Nope. And all that easy stuff, bro. Like once you approach a Pitbull fight like that, you already putting yourself behind the 8 ball. Despite what you think he is or he is not, he damn sure ain't no easy win for nobody. He not no walk in the park. And maybe Rolly had to learn that shit the hard way. Man, oh man, did he humble Rolly. So let's get to this card because, look, it was PBC first rollout. You know, a lot of people was complaining about it shouldn't be pay-per-view, especially after Keith Thurman dropped out. But it's crazy how a lot of people was counting Keith Thurman out, but at the same time, you know, they had some expectations, obviously, because him not making it on that card and people then saying it's not worth the money. It's crazy. Like, why would it be worth the money and Keith Thurman up there and he's so washed up and he, you know, some people claim they didn't care to see him. So they replaced him with Fundora, which I think it made a lot of sense. They salvaged the card and seeing what kind of fight they gave us, it delivered. So I think it, you know, it definitely was worth the money. You know what I'm saying? I think that card was definitely worth the money. It was a good one. He does the shoulder roll properly. That to Floyd. Yeah, he working. I see him working on that too. Miss Joette. Seen the Unseen Boxing. What's good with it, fam? Cruz a different type of beast. He is. Called out Devin Haney. I don't think Devin can hang with him. Marquis was good with it, bro. How you feeling? As we admit, Cruz is a star now. This was an event, man. Hey, man. Let's talk about it because you know, that fight definitely delivered for a number of reasons, man. I said it the whole time. I felt like Pitbull was going to win, and I felt like it was a winnable fight for either guy. You know, it was like one of those things where whoever land first and land that shot, and we clearly know who landed that shot first. And Pitbull, man, I don't know, man. He was just fighting like a man possessed because if you being honest, I know he won. But did you see some of those shots Rolly was hitting him with? Rolly was cracking him with some pretty good shots, bro. But his poker face is unmatched. Pitbull poker face is unmatched. It's something you've never seen before. Like you ain't really seen his face change. The man got the same facial expression no matter what you hit him with. His face stayed the same, man. So I even thought a couple times Rolly shook him a little bit, but he kept him so honest, man. I think Pitbull set the tone very early with that shot that he caught Rolly with that had him wobbling all over the place. He had Rolly on skates in the first round, bro. It got bad for him early. Said Cruz definitely about to be a damn superstar. I'm telling you, Cruz making it happen out here. P Hunter in the building. What's good with it? Top 10 best things. It said fighting being on Prime is Rick Wager can't say he has inside sources about the pay-per-view numbers. His old sources are not part of Prime. Man, it looked like it did well, man. Looked like it did well. Shadow Band in the building. Pitbull might have whatever Pacquiao had. Chief Wildfire in the building. Was good. He said it went exactly how I thought. I'd be in the building. Was good. Play out. Hey, won't pick Rolly look wild. I mean, I get it to a certain degree. Like, he just a big guy that could punch, and you feel like Pitbull was coming up the weight class. It was going to make a difference. I was trying to tell people that wasn't going to make no difference. And I felt like Pitbull was going to win. I think the pressure speak for itself. And Rolly just don't have the defensive responsibility to be able to ward him off consistently. You get what I'm saying? And the way to beat Pitbull, me and Cuzzo was talking about it. You got to have feet. You can't go in there with Pitbull with no feet, and it's easy for him to close the gap with his shots. Like, it's just going to be a matter of time because he going to land. He throw, he let them hands go. He throw with both hands. He got power in both of them. I told people, I don't know why in the hell people was questioning this man's power. Why? Who the hell thought Pitbull Cruz couldn't punch? That's what I was saying. I even started hearing people say his power was overrated. I'm like, where? Nah, his power is real when it lands. And if you don't got the kind of defense to be able to roll with the shot, to take some sting off it or something like that, he gonna hurt you. Pitbull really can punch. He a legit little guy that pack a punch. I ain't gonna say the most devastating puncher out there. None of that. I ain't even gotta say that. But he has legit punching power. You do not want to be on the receiving end of that dude catching you with those hooks that he put every bit of his body weight into. Man, that dude is serious, man. I like him. He entertaining. You know what? This performance, I don't know why he earned my respect for some reason with this performance. I appreciate the hell out of it. I do. I don't know, man. I know Rolly, people think not too much of Rolly, but he still got his business done in a very calculated manner. I like it. I like the way he approached this fight. Thrill said Rolly did the best he could. Yeah, he did. He tried, bro. That's why I say Rolly is not as bad as what people say he is. It's just Pitbull don't have a style that's easy to deal with, and he could take a hell of a shot. You know what I mean? 980K to 1.1 million. Let's go, Pitbull. Stretched out boxer. What's good, family? How you feeling? Pitbull been in with 2 power punches and still ain't been hurt down yet. The way he fights, no one gonna be a superstar. I'm telling you, Pitbull is serious. I like it, man. I mean, biggest draw at 140 with this performance because Mexico will support him. They absolutely will, bro. They absolutely will support him. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. Cal, cool with blessings, family. How you feeling? Macho, my guy. What's good with it, bro? Only punch volume was too low and he can't dodge a ball. I mean, look, he got out of the way of some, but ultimately, like, that's just not his game. You get what I'm saying? Like, if we just being honest, is defense one of Rolly's strengths? You get what I'm trying to say? And I think if you really take that into account with a guy like Pitbull that's looking to, is his feet one of his strengths? Not saying he had a worse feet, but is his feet one of his strengths? No, right? So you figure those two things not being a strength, Pitbull Cruz is not going to have the toughest time getting in there on you. And then when he get there, like I say, he disrespectful. Pitbull Cruz do not knock on the door. He don't ring the doorbell. He don't peek it through the screen door to see if you home. He get right up in there, kick the door down, walk through your shit, and start breaking furniture, bro. He disrespectful with his approach. And if you're not prepared, he gonna do exactly what he did to Rolly. That's why I say if defense is not his strong suit, that's not one of his strengths. His foot, foot placement, foot speed, his feet as a whole is just not one of his strengths. He was gonna be in trouble. It was gonna be a tough night for him, and it was. Big Dog Willie, salute to my guy putting the color in the chat. Much love, always supporting the grind. Congratulations to Bill Haney for earning a Lifetime Achievement Award for capping 1 billion times. Also, the Haney Code qualified for the Special Olympics. Leave it to Big Dog to apply that pressure to the Cuzzo. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate it.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
He said, salute to my guy, Big Dog. Really appreciate you watching for the hook in the building. Was good with it. I really wasn't holding that block over there. Right hand, yeah, that check was working for Rolly, but wasn't consistent. Yeah, I think Big Keith was good with it, family. How you feeling? I think Rolly checking his temperature early and setting the pace, setting the tone. With that shot early. Mike was good with it, bro. How you feeling? Yeah, Cruz was very disrespectful. I think he took everything he said to heart in the right way. First Havoc in the building was good with it, fam. Thomas Hill, my guy, was good, bro. How you feeling? Yeah, man. I just think he was very disrespectful, bro. Very. Pitbull coming in with mud all on his boots. I'm telling you, fight game disrespectful, yo. He tracking it all through your house, through your living room. He get to your kitchen, fix himself something to eat, start breaking dishes up. You know what I mean? He just disrespectful all around, bro. Cabrera showed me some things. Rolly did his job. Pitbull gets slept in the sequel. Yeah, Rolly, listen, Rolly tried, man. He tried. He was hitting Pitbull with some solid shots, but Pitbull just was on another level. Devon was good with it, fam. Pitbull was on another level Saturday. And he just was, he refused to be denied. Like he had his mind made up. Mike was good with it. No matter what, he wasn't backing down. And he did not want to take a backward step all night, no matter what Rolly threw. The fact that the smaller guy was forcing Rolly to move around was a very bad sign. Rolly wasn't comfortable enough to stand his ground with Pitbull, and that also was a problem for him. You get what I'm saying? Not being willing to stand your ground. You don't have the defensive capabilities to continuously get you out of trouble. You get what I'm saying? If your feet are not a strength, your defense as a whole is not a strength. Like what do you do with a guy like Pitbull that's constantly in your chest, making it hard for you, letting his hands go? But not only letting his hands go, he taking your best shots. And again, Rolly don't throw enough combinations. He too much of a single shot artist. And although that one shots be strong and impactful, Pitbull coming in with that high, tight guard, man, he just couldn't split the guard, couldn't break through it often enough to really, pose a real threat. And Pitbull just started having his way. Anthony was good with it, fam. I'm telling you, it was tough. The same shit to a top tier opponent. Then we could talk. I get that, but I just feel like it's good performance for him, man. I know Rolly been knocked out. We've seen this before. Talib Cunningham in the building was good with it, man. Carolina in this joint was good with you, fam. Flawless mentality, Dr. Mark. Salute to the OG. How you feeling? Banks, the boxing fan, my guy, was good with it, family. How you feeling, bro? Big Keith, man, with the $20 and the super chat. Much love and appreciation, bro. Just want to see the channel keep growing. Bill, much love to my guy, Big Keith, man. Always supporting.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Much love to my guy, man. So yeah, man. I think Rolly learned a bit of humbling that night, man. Because Pitbull Cruz, like I said, that style just is tough for people to deal with. And if you come in there underestimating them, talking about, it's going to be easy, you will knock them out in 30, 40 seconds. That's all you need. No, funny thing is, all he needed was about less than 3 minutes, and he almost had you out of there. He had you on skates, holding on for dear life. And this is what I be saying. Y'all stop running y'all mouth about how other people fight in their performances, and then you get in a fight and you get put in situations where you got to do a lot of holding. You was doing a ton of holding, bro. That little guy gave you hell. The little chihuahua, you done went and got a dog. You done went and got a chain made. Like, bro, you done invested money in an ass whooping. Bro, Rolly, I like you. I'm still going to support you. You know we going to talk our shit. Man, Rolly really invested money in an ass whooping. He had a pinata with Pitbull face on it, stomping it out. He went and got a whole dog, a chihuahua. He got a dog chain, some other belt chain. Like he was bugging out. He went and got some rubies and invested real money into this loss. Mr. Empire, what it do, family? Just more PBT. I don't think it's favoritism. I just think it's who got the ball in their court, champion. I think PBC just they got the situation where they could just make things happen. Sparky Pete was good with it, fam. Gertz was good with it, bro. How you feeling? Pitbull's a live dog against any of the current champs. Yeah, I call him a live dog now. Will he beat any of the current champs remains to be seen, but absolutely 100% agree with that. Yeah, he's a live dog against anybody. I ain't saying he beats him. I just want to be clear. With what he brings to the table, his aggression, his pressure, you know what I mean? His unwavering kind of relentless attitude to keep coming, taking your best shots and keep pushing. You get what I'm saying? He pushed Tank. You know what I mean? We all know Tank had the one hand, but you get me. He gonna push you, is what I'm saying. So even if you're gonna beat him, Pitbull gonna give you a fight. That's what we know about him. And if you're not prepared, he can do more than give you a fight. He can have you on skates like Rolly in the first round and have you about to get up out of it. He said Rolly gonna sell the dog. They said Rolly woke up kicking the dog this morning, man. He better not. Somebody go check on the dog, bro. Somebody go check on the dog. Make sure Rolly all right, man. Make sure the Chihuahua, make sure Pitbull all right over there. Naeem, what's good with it, fam? He said, if it ain't Bud, I ain't watching. What, the next fight? The next fight? I mean, look. See, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot to unpack. We're going to talk about it, though. Jordan Smith was good with it, fam. It's the reason Pitbull's trending on YouTube. He's special. Man, look, I like Pitbull, bro. I like him. But I ain't going to lie, I wasn't too impressed with his performances since Tank. This one, it's not that I'm overly impressed. It's just he did Rolly filthy. And I like the way he did his job on this particular night. I get that Rolly ain't the hottest name out there. I get that Rolly ain't the dude that you feel like is gonna get out there and beat everybody. But at the same time, he is an opponent. He was the much bigger guy. That got to count for something. And Pitbull mowed him down. You get what I'm saying? Mowed him down. As big as he wanted to be, mowed him down. And I'm willing to bet he rehydrated a nice bit in that fight. Rolly, he just treated Rolly like he didn't matter in there. Not one punch that Rolly threw really stopped him or deterred him. That was the problem. Rolly don't throw enough combinations. He throw too many single shots, and he didn't go to the body enough. He had something, but he didn't stick to it. That little stab to the body that he was doing, he should have stuck to that. He should have did that with some consistency. He needed combinations in his fight, but he wasn't comfortable enough to throw more than 1 or 2 punches at a time at Pitbull because of what was coming back. So as long as, again, I said this, if you get Rolly fighting less than Rolly, not being his regular kind of somewhat careless self or reckless, he not that no more. And I'm telling you, he's susceptible to getting his chin checked. I really believe that. Rolly gonna be used for the upcoming boxers. I'm telling you, man, Rolly tough. They calling him a dud now. They saying the pressure on Mayweather, do he get rid of him or what? I'm like, damn, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, underestimating Pitbull was a grave mistake for Rolly. He learned the hard way. He said one-trick pony. Yeah, Rolly do need more versatility, to be honest. He do. I mean, Pitbull had a bad weight cut versus Gio Cabrera. I mean, all that stuff is possible, bro. All that stuff is possible. I don't doubt it. But I just know he looked prepared for his first fight at 140 here. And I did hear some people picking Rolly by knockout. He humbled the hell out of Rolly, man. Salute to Jordan Plant. She tried to do an interview with Rolly, man. Rolly ain't even know what he wanted to say, bro. Rolly said, "Happy Easter." After that ass whooping, out of all the trash he talked and the ass whooping he received, the only thing he could have said after that is "Happy Easter. Thank everybody for supporting me." I said, damn. Not Big Rolo, man. He humbled the hell out of Big Rolo. Why he do him like that? Why y'all let him do Big Rolo like that? That's crazy. Y'all let him do that. That's crazy. Y'all let him do that to Big Rolo. Ismael Verosa versus Pitbull Cruz is the fight to make. Hey, man. Hey, verse. That's something. You talking about something. Bro, the way Pitbull eyes was looking at the face off. Yeah. Yo, he just don't. He got his Big Keith. His poker face is different. His poker face is unmatched. It's like something you never seen before. Know what I mean? Salute to my guy Macho. His poker face is crazy. Like he don't waver under pressure, man. And again, he took some big shots from Big Rolo, man. But them single shots just don't. You get what I'm saying? That's not enough to deter him. You need to put something on him. You get what I'm saying? Respectfully, you got to put some pressure on him. You can't. You just, it's not single shots and moving. He got you not standing your ground. He walking you down, mowing you down. He the smaller guy. he moving up to the weight class. You was doing all this talking, man. See what I'm saying? Then y'all get in the fight, and it's different. You couldn't keep that little pit, man. He is a pit bull for the night, y'all. Respect to him. He was a pit bull Saturday night. He was a pit bull. He was every bit of the nickname. He was a pit bull against Rolly. Against Rolly, he definitely was a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Jermaine Wood in the building. Maybe the promotions have nobody that can make the money unless they move Carmel fast. I think they're going to move Carmel pretty good. I do. See Pitbull and Devin bad, especially if Jojo Diaz getting problems. Hey, look, Champy, the fact is, bro, I think Pitbull can give anybody problems. He has a kind of style that can, that don't mean he beats people necessarily, but listen, man, I know what I'm watching. I'm not going to sit here and overstate the victory or his skill set. Pure Boxers is his kryptonite. So although like we feel like the pressure in Devin Haney could be problematic, but Dev still got that height, reach, and he know how to use it. You get what I'm saying? And he's very disciplined in that regard. He has great feet, so he has the feet and the defensive ability to stay away from Pitbull a lot more consistently, obviously, than a Rolly, right? But again, I just feel like Pitbull, respectfully, he's gonna make a fight kind of tough. He'll give anybody a fight, right? That don't mean he'll beat him, but he can push the pace. You got to be prepared for Pitbull. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to get his respect or keep him honest. That's what I'm saying. You got to keep him all balanced, because if he's able to consistently walk towards you, he can be dangerous because he lets his hands go on both sides, and he not shy at all. You know what I mean? Don, what it do, family? 3.1 million views on YouTube already. Salute, man. Salute, man. That was a great card. Aisha, peace and blessing to the queen. How you feeling today? Pitbull reminds me of Joe Frazier. That aggressive, and then them hooks, man. He go crazy. That's Captain Hook right there, man. He getting there and just act crazy with them hooks. Melon the queen in the building. Peace and blessings to the queen. How you feeling today? Be a great fight. Like, yeah, man, over here, man, it's all good. It's just a boxing conversation. Everybody don't have to believe all the same fighters beat the same guys. Like, I get what you're saying. I can respect that. Pitbull just has a style that, and I'm just saying this, I'm being realistic. I'm not going to sit here and overstate his abilities and his skill set. I know which fighters have the skill set to beat him and the talent. But at the same token, I would be, I got to be honest and say his stylistically, just that pressure guy, he got a hell of a chin, that high, tight guard. You know what I mean? He make it tough to land a very clean shot on him. And then when you do, he does a very, very good job at taking that shot. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Pitbull can give people tough fights, entertaining fights, because he going to get in there and try to crash out. Called y'all here, crash out king. You get what I'm saying? So he going to get in there and crash out. And I'm just letting you know that the WBO going to order the Bud. Yeah. Just letting you know that Bud, the WBO going to order. Oh, we already hip to that, Ruth. Salute to you, bro. We hip to it. We hip to it that the WBO is ordering, Fundora and Terence Crawford. But the problem is they going to run into is who going to ultimately have the power in the back end to make the fight. And I think if you're just looking at the grand scheme of things, they can obviously favor Errol Spence. Now, I'm not against either guy getting a fight, but we'll just see how it play out. I know they set the order that, but we're going to see. I mean, I don't know who's going to get to the fight first, but it's going to be interesting to see how it play out. They building to sell tickets to get a second Tank fight. I hear people saying that, but I still just don't feel like that's the game plan for Tank to fight that dude. I just don't think we're going to see Pitbull and Tank in the same ring together no more. I could be wrong, but you know what I mean? If I'm wrong, I'll be the first to say it, but I that ain't what I feel like is in the future for Tank. I think he crossed that bridge already, so it just is what it is with that. Spence versus Bud again. I mean, look. It all depends on if Spence does get this Fundora fight and it's not Bud Crawford that gets it, and he returns the form or somewhat close to. I mean, you never know. That opens the door for other opportunities at 54. But Rolly talk too much. You know how he do. He took Tank and Rolly shots. Everybody else better get ready to be on that bike. I'm telling you, Devon. I'm telling you, he tough, man. Pitbull tough. That's the problem. That it's the combination of things that he brings to the table, like the relentless pressure or nature And you get what I'm saying? He get in close, he gonna fire, he gonna take his shot. You get what I'm saying? That's all. You just gotta be prepared for him. But like I said, those pure boxers are his kryptonite. You seen what Giovanni Cabrera was able to do, and I get that he might have had a bad weight cut. That's understood. But you seen what Giovanni Cabrera was able to do in there with him. You get what I'm saying? So he ain't no unbeatable foe or something like that. But he's a dangerous guy. What he brings to the table. That's all I'm acknowledging. Is the danger that Pitbull brings, because he's willing to take your shot, your best shot, and get his in there, and he gonna pressure you. You know what I'm saying? And if you mentally can't handle that, if you don't have the feet and the, you know, the IQ to constantly keep yourself out of harm's way and know how to present a moving target and get yours off and get out of there, it's gonna be a tough night. But Marcus, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? I think we should see another Tank versus Pitbull. Pitbull and Tank keep building. Who knows? I mean, listen, anything is possible, but for me, I just don't see. I feel like they crossed that bridge. But you know what I mean? Listen, if for the money, if it makes sense, if it make dollars, who knows, right? They willing to do whatever if the money right, fight makes sense. I think could see a rematch of Bud and Spence. I mean, you're not gonna want to see that with him after what you just seen, right? And the last time he was in the ring, but you know. But as far as Rolly, man, just to wrap up on this fight, man, look, it was entertaining as long as it lasts. Rolly tried his best, but Pitbull was on his helmet, man. He was on his ass. And I came across this post that looked eerily familiar. Look at this. Check this out.
Jabbed him. A lot of people thought he lost that fight. He just got hit. He just got rocked by Cruz looking to drop Romero here in the first round. Romero's on his life skate. He saw Cruz looking to...
I mean, to stop the momentum, to stop the fight.
Cruz continues to walk down. Romero again launches the right hand. Left hook. Romero takes the shot. Still standing. Referee intervenes. Mamma mia! He saw Cruz had done it.
Yeah, he blitzed Rolly, man. He blitzed him like, he treated him like he did not matter, bro.
You did take more punches than you thought you would, so what went wrong during this fight?
Look at him. Look at him.
It's okay.
I want to tell everybody, just thank you for coming out, and honestly, happy Easter, everybody. You guys, Jesus was resurrected. I'll be back. I want to tell everybody happy Easter, and thank you for supporting me and following me. Thank you.
I mean, listen, respect to Rolly, but sheesh, man, that he got humbled. Yo, Aisha, this is the first time I felt a little sorry for him. I ain't gonna lie. Dre in the building was good with it because the talk was Crawford versus Tszyu. It was all the talk. That was. We're gonna talk about that too. We definitely gonna get to that. That boy was swimming. He had him everywhere, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. Should be Pitbull versus y'all crazy. Y'all don't waste no time. Bro said Pitbull versus Haney. Immediately get that to me. Trey Scales in the building. What's good, bro? Man, he said Rolly got what he deserved. Hey, listen, he did a lot of trolling. He went out there and tried, but like I said, stylistically, like he just don't have those necessary tools to keep Pitbull honest. I think he got the power to hurt anybody he's in front of, right? Rolly do, but those single shots are not going to work for a guy like Pitbull, and that was proven, right? You need to throw combinations at him. You need to keep him all balanced and keep him from getting in your wheelhouse. If you can't do that, the fight is going to be extremely difficult for you. It's going to be hard to win. And again, it's more than power with that guy. He don't got no neck. He don't got no neck. He tucked very well behind them gloves, and he make it very hard for you to hit him clean. And when you do, he actually can weather the storm and take the shot. And if all you're throwing is single shots, he gonna press you. He gonna get to you. Like I said, he disrespectful. Like bro say, he come in and track your floor up with mud, walk into your kitchen and start breaking everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did to Rolly. Had that man on skates in the very first round. It's crazy. Not a jab alone, Dre. Not a jab alone. You got to keep him on balance. A jab alone is going to probably piss him off. You get what I'm saying? A little harder than people say, given how he reacted to the punches from been watching Pitbull. I think what Tank is, he like out of all the guys that had power, I think the way he delivers his punches, his technique, the torque that he get on his punches and things like that make Tank explosive that way. You get what I'm saying? He knows how to deliver his power. That's what makes Tank so dangerous. So all that he don't hit hard stuff is a joke. Like, ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn way he don't hit hard. I mean, Tank, I think, got a little more power than what some people say, believe it or not. Especially opponents that discredit him not having power is weird. Yeah, I'm telling you, no neck, big head, thick neck, no neck, really. Nick Ballin was good with it, fam. Nick Ballin TV in the building. I'm telling you, you gotta get yours and get up out of there. You gotta keep him. You got to keep Pitbull guessing, bro. And you got to keep him lunging in. Tank got the feet. Tank had the defense. Tank did it. Again, it's levels. That's why it's levels. Tank did it. Tank was able to do it. So it can be done. But I'm just saying, you better be complete in that way. And you better be disciplined in that regard to consistently be able to get him, get out of the way. You can't just stand right in front of him and let him wail away on you. You can't do it. You can't do it. It's going to be tough. Rolly was tying him up. He had Rolly got a damn. When you ever seen Rolly get a point taken for holding, bro? That's when I knew he was in bad shape. I was like, bro, you got a point for holding? Yeah, it's bad for you in here. It's getting difficult. It's getting difficult for him, man. They skip over Gary Antoine Russell too much. Yeah, he gonna get back in the mix. I was hearing he could potentially be back by the summer. I was hearing he could potentially be back by the summer. But yeah, Pitbull is a dog to deal with, man. He's just a handful, right? He a busy guy, throw his hands, pressure, relentless with a hell of a chin. He got no crazy skill set. Unlaced was good with it, bro. Rolly was okay with the DQ at that point. I'm telling you. Barroso can KO Cruz. Watch. I don't think he will, Roja. I don't think he will. I'm telling you, that dude little and he get in your chest. He got a unique way of getting in your chest. And then he started throwing punches from both sides. And I'm telling you, he put a lot into those shots, yo. You just got to be sharp when you in there with Cruz and discipline. And your feet got to work, bro. Your feet got to work. Your defense not there. Good luck with ducking and dodging all them shots because he going to be letting them go. Or lose it. Babbitt dog. As I told you might see EJ versus Fundora. You did say that, Trey. You did. And I mean, look, salute the Rolly, salute the Pitbull Cruz. Good fight, entertaining, man. On to the next. Look, I think it's a good conversation for Isaac Cruz at 140, making some interesting, entertaining fights, to say the least. He don't have to win them all, but he will be entertaining, and he has a championship. So now he's a player at 140, whether you like it or not, whether you feel like he didn't deserve it. He took it the right way off of Rolly, right? He moved up to his weight class, didn't cry about the 5 pounds and none of that, and just beat his ass. So let's see where Pitbull goes from here. Rolly, unfortunately for him, he's going back to the drawing board, but he really got to fix some things moving forward because he's going to be a sitting duck. You get what I'm saying? He got to tighten up defensively. Got to. 5 seconds after Rolly got stopped. Bullet was posting. Was he? Man, Liam Parrow might upset Subriel Matias. Hey, look, he a live dog. If that was ever a thing, he definitely won. Liam Parrow can box, and he got some solid punching power as well. Give Rolly respect. 16 fights. Yeah, no amateur background. Lacey picked up boxing, I think, at like 17. Rolly did. So, I mean, that's why I say when people say what he's not, Rolly, the man made it this far. It is crazy. I'm telling you, with no crazy amateur pedigree and none of that. So he's literally still learning on the job. So of course he ain't gonna be the craziest technically sound guy. He had a trainer that wasn't even training him to be technically and fundamentally sound like that. So think about it. The fact that he's gotten this far, the fact that he's found his way in the ring with Tank Davis is a blessing for that guy. He really beat the odds if you look at what he's equipped with as far as his background. You don't have a crazy background to speak of. You get what I'm saying? Rolly, yeah, he did some judo or something to that effect. Think about it. Y'all know I'm just do. I always find a way to give somebody some credit, right? So look, man, Rolly does have that to lean on, bro. He don't, you know what I mean? He ain't start boxing out the crib. You get what I'm saying? Fresh out the gate like a lot of these other dudes. So again, he gonna be behind the curve is what I'm saying in a lot of these fights. the fact that he can hang around is just, you know what I mean? He got some raw talent is what I'm saying, right? He ain't no elite guy, none of that shit, right? But Rolly got raw talent. It's raw. It's still raw. Get what I'm saying? He literally still learning on the job. And it's some things that he gonna have to fix moving forward if he want to compete at anywhere near the top level, anywhere near that. You get what I'm saying? Because the rate he going, some middle of the pack guys will start getting this shit off with you. Skills from New Orleans, my bro, man. Mr. New Orleans in the flesh. What's good with it, bro? Baby G Camacho in the building. He said, that's right. Pitbull won that. No email chat. Look, he went in there and took it. Went in there and took it the right way. Went in there and took it, bro. Went in there and took it. Man, Rolly versus Montana Love. Damn, Don, what you got against Montana Love, bro? Twine has 100% KO ratio. Pitbull hasn't been stopped. I need to see it. Yeah, Pitbull make entertaining fights, bro, for 140. And I don't care who said it. I don't care who and Gary A said he'll fight him too. So can't tell Silas to help Rolly though. I can tell. Oh, I mean, you get what I'm saying, Aisha. He was a little more patient and he was trying to be disciplined. You seen it, but he had a guy in Pitbull Cruz's style that wasn't allowing him to settle into the fight the way he wanted to. You can see what he was trying to do, but that just wasn't working for Pitbull. Wasn't having it. If you was doing anything but putting hands on him, he was going to be putting them on you. And that's what kind of fight that was. And Rolly, again, too many single shots. That's not going to do it. You have to put hands on that dude the same way he was trying to put them on you. And you was too uncomfortable to exchange with him like that. So, I mean, I feel you. The dude could punch, but I mean, you had to sacrifice something, man. And Rolly was unable to do that. Think about it. Imagine a guy that you don't look at as good defensively being defensive the whole night. What you think the end result going to be? Let me say this again. A guy in Rolly Romero who people feel like is defensively irresponsible, right? Imagine that guy taking that same defensive irresponsibility in the ring with a guy that all he do is pressure and throw punches on both sides. He rarely throw jabs, and all he throwing is hooks and winging shots. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. You put those two things together. What do you get? A defensively irresponsible fighter being pressured by a guy that's relentless. What do you get? More than likely a knockout for the guy that's pressuring. That's all I'm saying. With the fact that Rolly wasn't standing his ground, and at no point, I don't think in this fight was he really backing Pitbull up at all. That's a problem. That is a problem. You are the bigger guy. It's clear as day. Not just in height, size, and everything. You clearly bigger. He came to your weight class, and he continuously made you move the entire night. That was a very bad sign for you. Polo was good with it, fam. Rolly should have kept his coach. Now look at him, Pitbull beat Rolly worse than Tank. Yeah, he's piecing his ass up. Ricky Williams, my brother, was good with it. It's crazy thing to discredit Rolly when the reason you able to give Cruz praise. Can't make this up. Yeah, you got it. You just got to find some balance with it, Rick. Got to find some balance. You get what I'm saying? Because if you completely shit on Rolly, then you can't really give Cruz the proper credit. That's why I think I give a balanced approach. And that's why I think I'm speaking to a side that most people don't speak of with Rolly. They don't care. They just say he trash. Rude exposure. I always try to give a detailed explanation of what I think Rolly is. I think Rolly is a very limited guy with no real amateur pedigree to speak of, that picked up boxing at 17, that had a coach that was cool with doing things technically and fundamentally wrong, if that makes sense, and didn't care. And the fact that he's even gotten this far is a blessing. I know, Steve, what was it? Tony Weeks had to help him win that fight, but you get what I'm saying? He found a way to get himself somewhat here and be in these boxing conversations with such, a limited ability, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, kudos to Rolly for even making it this far, but I definitely didn't expect him to win this fight. You know what I mean? Pitbull clearly boxed with chin tucked in against a hard hitter. He was sharp with that skills. He was disciplined as hell in that regard. Drake Finest in the building said Pitbull took what Rolly stole from Barroso. You know it. Try to steal from Big Watch Barroso. That was justice for Big Watch Barroso right there. Tank win just got more impressive. I'm telling you over Pitbull, right? Andre Smith in the building was good with it, fam. He said Rolly could not take the pressure. Yeah, he couldn't. He could not consistently, Dre. He can deal with it in spurts, but he couldn't deal with it with the consistency of pressure that Pitbull was going to bring. And we seen the way it played out. He just couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle it at all. Pitbull and Rolly are C-level fighters. Yeah, I mean, they definitely skillfully, you know what I mean? They not up there. You know what I mean? I say they C+ish, you know what I mean? Respectfully, C+ type fighters. You know what I mean? For me, you know what I mean? So, but again, skillfully, that's what they are, right? I think when you say what they bring to this table from a danger standpoint, they both bring a certain level of danger. Rolly, because he has a tendency to be awkward and has power, right? Pitbull, because he's relentless with power and he goes with both hands and he got a hell of a chin and he know how to keep his chin tucked, right? So he's not the easiest guy to hit. He's a small target and he knows how to make himself a little harder to hit cleanly, whereas that's not the case with Rolly. So they both bring certain levels of danger to the fights, but I think skillfully they like C+ type fighters. No disrespect. And I think I'm fair at grading people. You know what I'm saying? His durability is in the A for sure. But shit, Rolly took some hellacious shots, man. He ain't dropped. I know the ref saved his career a little bit, but he took a lot of shots. He took a lot of shots in there. Pitbull definitely B level. He just one-dimensional. I feel you. I say that's why it's I try to categorize it the best way I could, skillfully and what they bring. You know what I mean? C+ is B is generous, but you know, I ain't gonna say that's crazy. You know what I mean? But that's what it is for me. That's how I see them. You know what I mean? They still bring that, still don't mean they can't mess around and beat a guy that's above their level. You get what I'm saying? Because they bring a certain level of danger, right? You know what I mean? Say if you a chinny, real good boxer, but you chinny, and you fighting a guy that's like awkward like Rolly, and he managed to land something crazy. Same thing with Pitbull, right? But skillfully, I think those more skillful guys get those dudes fits straight up and down. Whatchamacallit in the building? What's good with it, fam? Yeah, Pitbull restored his name for a fight, man, because he blitzed the hell out of Rolly. He said little egg is crazy. Samuel in the building. What's good, bro? So I think Brandon Lee stops Rolly. He's a good undefeated fighter. Yeah, Brandon Lee might get Rolly some hell because he can box with his power, even though he got to keep his chin tucked too. Because I seen him almost get sent to the realm of shadows. Frank started boxing late and he's separate from Rolly because he takes the sport serious. Yeah, Chief. Definitely, for sure. Frank picked it up at like, I think want to say 18, maybe. Think so. D for the win in the building. What's good, family? How you feeling? Go Flow in the building. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button for you, bro, man. The boxing feeling is coming back thanks to PBC. Hey, man, it was a good card. Cabrera didn't raise his hands the whole fight. Dre Noble in the building. I thought Cabrera showed you how to kind of deal with Pitbull in some spots. He had Pitbull all balanced a lot in that fight. Next Gen, what's good with it, fam? He said, I got to see how Pitbull deal with the other 140s. Say what you want, but Rolly, he probably one of the most physically strong 40s and the biggest punches, and Pitbull cleaned him up and took shots. That's what I'm saying, Next Gen. All I'm saying is skillfully, I know what I don't see in Pitbull, but I know what he does have. He's one of those guys that has a certain style and he knows it and he's good with it. It works for him, right? But it has its limitations, right? And I think those elite level boxers obviously give him trouble. Those you got to be more of a rounded kind of guy to get Pitbull the real issues you want to give him, right? Like for example, he fought Cabrera, right? Cabrera kept him all balanced a lot with a lot of movement, getting his feet out the way, getting off the line, different things like that. But he didn't have the stopping power, the kind of power to make Pitbull respect him in any way, shape, or form. So he still was able to pressure him enough and get in enough shots where he kept the fight relatively competitive, right? So you see where Pitbull's deficiencies lie, right? But if you can't consistently apply, lateral movement and being a moving target, getting out of the way, keeping your head off the line, not being right in front of this dude, then you're going to see outcomes like what happened with Rolly. Even if you don't stop guys, he's going to put you in very uncomfortable situations where you damn near holding on or fighting for your life in there like Rolly. So he just it's a style that just could be a headache for people is all I'm saying. I'm not going to overstate and say he beat none of them top guys, right? Or even none of the other champions respectfully, but I don't think will he just be a walk in the park or a cakewalk for people because of what he do bring to the table. But because of the same limitations that you see with Pitbull, that will stop him from winning the fights at the absolute elite level, if that makes sense. So he might not be able to win at the elite level, but he might be able to compete because of the things that he do well in the ring. You get what I'm saying? That can give guys that box well some issues. But again, it's the consistency. And I think those pure boxers went over in that regard. Like I feel like they're disciplined enough. Like people say Devin Haney, somebody just said Devin Haney can't hang with him. Show me. Like I get it, because if he's in your chest like that, that's a very difficult fight for anybody. But Devin Haney, again, he has the feet and the consistency to be able to get out of the way time and time again with a guy like Pitbull. So right off the bat, all of those opportunities that were available for him in a fight with Rolly Romero won't be present in the fight with Devin Haney. He's a lot more disciplined in that regard. He won't allow him to constantly, in my opinion, I think, get in his chest with that kind of ease where, you get what I'm saying? I just don't see. I think he'll make it a lot harder, is what I'm saying. Obviously, because he has the feet, you know what I mean, the IQ to do so. So Rolly, you know what I mean, he was able to do it in spots, but overall, you got to be able to consistently do that stuff because Pitbull is bringing consistent pressure. So you being able to get out of the way in spots is not enough for a guy that's bringing pressure until the fight is over. So, you know what I mean? You really got to be smart and disciplined in there. You got me rolling. I'm telling you, man, you almost sent that man. Almost sent him. Rolly don't have footwork. Rolly only got power. Rolly don't got the skills. You should have stayed with Bullet. Rude. Look, he has some ability, right? Rolly can get out of the way, right? But it's the consistency that lacks. The overall picture is not gonna work out well for you if you're only able to evade and dip and dodge from Pitbull at certain points or in spurts. That's not going to be enough. You have to be able to consistently do that. Why? Because he's consistently pressuring you. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're moving, you're being as defensive as what Rolly is, and you're not being consistent in that regard, what's eventually going to happen if he's being consistent with what he's bringing on his side? So his pressure is consistent. The power is consistent, right? He's strong. Like he's fighting a very disciplined fight. As disciplined as a Pitbull can fight, right? And you only being able to get out of the way in certain spots, that's not enough. He's able to constantly find his way in your wheelhouse and get to you. And again, we seen what the outcome was, and he almost did him in the first round. So I knew he was gonna have a long night or a tough night. I seen it, man. I was like, man, he's punching this dude so freely. I'm just like, you have to make Pitbull a little hesitant in what he's doing, if that makes sense, right? He can't just be that comfortable with letting his hands go, and that's just what he was with Rolly. And Rolly, I think he got, like I say, he got the power to hurt anybody or stop you. But again, he just didn't have the consistent offense needed to keep Pitbull honest. And again, one or two shots here or there, that's not enough. And then you're doing a bunch of moving and he's walking you down. It's only a matter of time before he catch up to you. Pitbull average 2 jabs per round. Yeah, part twice. He don't really jab. And that's the crazy part. So again, if you're allowing a dude to be able to walk in, literally disrespectfully kick your front door in and get right in your kitchen and start swinging on you, that you get what I'm saying? Rolly is just not that good defensively. Like, he's not known for his feet or his defense. So when you factor that in and you look at Pitbull, he's known for his pressure. You get what I'm saying? When landing those big shots, taking your best shot. He got some things that counter what Rolly is not good at very well. So you've seen it play out. You've seen it. Rolly don't have the consistent defense, the feet. Like, he's not responsible enough defensively to continuously get out of the way when Pitbull is in his wheelhouse. And because he don't have the feet, it was like that all night. He kept him moving. Rolly would not stand his ground. It was a bad night for him. Irvin Mack, what's good with it, fam? Switch fighting nowadays. Right. That fool will fly. It's like Rolly had to be able to keep his hands up in the late rounds. I'm telling you, he just couldn't deal with that. He was like, man, what is this, man? What is this dude on? And I don't think he felt like Pitbull was going to be that tough on him. Pitbull just told a man with no footwork and no skills. Listen, Rolly, listen, man, I don't know. I'm different, man. I know everybody got their opinion of Rolly, and I ain't saying nothing too crazy. The man has some type of skill, some type of footwork, but limited in those areas. Limited. Very his style, what he bring comes with obvious limitations, and you see those. Like, you can't tell me that to some degree he wasn't able to get out of the way of some of the stuff, right? But again, we talking about being able to consistently do those things. If he was able to consistently do it, then you would say he got better defense. But because we already knew this, again, being able to get out of the way here or there is not enough. And that's all he was able to do. He was able to get out of the way here or there, land some shots, keep the fight going some rounds. But he was never at any point, I don't think, did Pitbull respect any punch that he threw at him. And that's that's a problem. A guy don't respect nothing you throwing, and he's smaller guy, he constantly pressuring you. Man, he knows a matter of time. It's like pressure bust pipes type situation. That's what that was. That's what that was. That pressure bust pipes that night. You know what I'm saying? And Rolly tried. He tried his best, bro. He humbled the hell out of Rolly at the end of this fight. So just cool, and salute to my guy, Urban Matt. He worked like a Will, like Charlo. He's only a C-level fighter. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I definitely get his level. He still brings a certain level of danger because of his slight awkwardness and he do got real power, Rolly do, right? So, you know what I mean? He bring a level of danger. Pitbull, I think, bring a different element with being a small guy with a tight high guard. You know what I mean? That makes it hard for you to land clean punches. So he ain't no defensive wizard, and he's just coming forward with a high tight guard. But in doing so, he makes it very hard for you to hit him. Pitbull makes it very difficult to hit him cleanly, is what I'm saying. And even when you do, like I said, he could take a good shot. Got a pretty damn good beard on him. And he all head, no neck. You know what I'm saying? He got to get on his bicycle sometime. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. It's not like Rolly was sparking people. Nah, he's not no spark knockout artist, but, you know, he got some real power. And, again, some of that, if you just look at the wins Rolly got, you always going to look at the level of competition. But if you just see the knockouts that he get, he be cleaning people up. But he's just not a overly good combination puncher, and that's what you need to be against Pitbull. I think you need to be able to touch him with more than one punch at a time to constantly keep something on it. You know what I mean? On his mind, like one punch at a time is just not going. It's not going to get the job done. One or two punches not going to cut it. You know what I mean? But Rolly's a strong dude. I serve 88 in the building. What's good with it? JBT family. What's good, family? Money Brown TV in the building. What's good with it, Money? How you feeling? Not run, but make people chase him. Yeah, you just got to keep Pitbull off balance, bro. We seen people do it. Tank literally was at one point, regardless of what people thought about that fight. I don't know if people watched it close. Tank really stuck his head in there at Pitbull and like with his hands to his side and like dipped out of it. He was making this dude swing and miss in the air. Like you can do it. You just got to be able to consistently box this guy. You have to have the IQ. And you seen some of the points. He was even able to land some good shots on Tank, but nowhere near with the consistency that he was with Rolly, because Tank had again, IQ, feet. You know what I mean? He's a complete fighter, so he was able to deal with that shit. That just pressuring and winging shots ain't going to work for Tank. But for somebody like Rolly that's not as good defensively and ain't going to, maintain a composure under all that pressure, it's totally different outcome. And I'm telling you, that should make the Tank win look even better. I'm telling you, make the Tank win look even better. Ant was good with it. Say Tony, or should I say my guy Tony in the building? He said, just understand it's his style, but did you see only major improvements in Sebastian Fundora's defense against Tim? Major improvements? No, I wouldn't say major improvements, but I'm gonna get to that too, man. 140, a lot of go forward fighters. Yeah, they do. Tim Layton in the building was good, bro. Really sound like Donald Duck or something that just learned how to put a sentence together. Yeah, he had him. I think he scrambled. He rattled him a little bit, Tim. I think his brains were scrambled a little bit. Like the ref definitely saved Rolly at the right time. He stopped that fight at the right time. Perfect timing when he stopped the fight. Well, we didn't watch no film. Obviously, he thought he had an easy win. I mean, I know fighters sell fights, but part of me felt like he just didn't give Pitbull the respect that he deserved. And, the fight was what it was. Joey Faints in the building. Was good, family. How you feeling, bro? So, I mean, a learning lesson for him. He'll be back. You know what I mean? Rolly will be back, knocking somebody out. You know what I mean? He just got to go back to that drawing board, that good old drawing board. Cobain said, why they trying to get over my man's butt? Just sick. Still, just EJ Pack. So look, man, we gonna talk about it, man. Again, salute to Rolly, salute to Pitbull Cruz for getting his world title. He earned it. Whether you thought Rolly wasn't that serious of a guy, he did it the right way. He went in there, handled him. He made it an entertaining fight for us. He gave us our money's worth. Man, let's see who they match him up with going forward. He a player at 140, whether people like it or not. Let's see how much of a player he gonna be, right? We're gonna see. We'll find out. Hardcore casuals in the building. What's good, family? Pulling up double duty, 254 in the building. He needed to go straight to the hospital. Yeah, Rolly. Yeah, he got his brain scrambled pretty good. Pretty good. Ref, great stoppage by the ref, too, I want to say. All seriousness, the ref, great stoppage. He's winning against Romero. We think the next fight with Pitbull is going to be at 140. I don't know. He talking about the Devin Haney's, Tszyu, Subriels. He talking about the champion, so he talking my language, but we have to wait and see because to all of those guys probably got prior obligations right now, so I don't know exactly where he'll go. I think Barroso need to get a shot at the belt again, believe it or not, but maybe that's not a fight people would be clamoring for because Barroso old, but I mean, I think he earned it because of how Rolly got it initially anyway, so I wouldn't mind seeing him get a shot. But him versus a Subriel is a crazy crash out fight. Gary Antoine Russell, like he'll make fights with anybody at 140 entertaining. Pitbull, whether he win them or not, that's the good thing. Y'all make sure y'all punch that like button, sub to the channel if y'all haven't, man. We just gonna keep on rolling, man. We're gonna get to this main event, man, because listen, or the AKA this bloodbath, as people called it, between Tszyu and Fundora. Man, look, I'm sure he's ready for it yet. How about Pitbull versus Matias? Yeah, I mean, look, he ain't got no choice. He got to be ready now, and he got a title. And he said he calling names. He's saying the right names. So look, I don't think Pitbull. One thing I think we know about Pitbull, aside from Shakur Stevenson, I ain't really hear him say no to nobody. Now, whether it was him or his pops, because I don't think he's scared to fight nobody. I just don't think his people or his team like that fight for him. Which, of course, but that's neither here or there. Point is, I don't think Pitbull would be hesitant to fight any of the champions at 140. Never mind 135. He's no longer there. 140 is where he at. That should be his focus. You got real talent there. I think he'll fight any of the champions and he'll make good fights with any of the champions. And he got to be ready because he got a belt. Ain't no not being ready. Like, remember, this the same dude that remember the time where he couldn't buy his family a tortilla. His why is different. Pitbull ain't, I think he do want money for sure. He want the money fights, but I think he'll fight the who's of 140 if need be. Oh man, we'll keep getting KOs. I'm telling you, they keep putting him in there with those unsuspecting fights. Yeah, he gonna keep smoking people. I like Barroso. I wanted Spence to fight Boots before Spence Crawford. I thought Spence would beat Crawford. Well, now since Crawford doesn't want to fight Boots, I still want to see Spence versus Boots. Man, I always think if there's any opportunity for that, it's gonna have to be a weight class up. It's gonna have to be a weight class up. Money Brown said Pitbull deserves a big payday. I think so too, though. I ain't mad at it. Because since I like the fact that when he stopped speaking about the Tank situation for me, Money, when he started saying I'm good on the I ain't focusing on Tank primarily. I'm just going to try to get these fights and win. I'm cool with that. So now that I see him beat Rolly and he got a championship, yeah, he definitely deserves it. So whoever is a money fight for him at 140, I would want to see it because it's going to be entertaining. Either somebody that's the thing with Pitbull. His style, either you're going to be running or you're going to meet him in the middle and it's going to be highly entertaining. You got two choices with him. Either you're going to move. I don't want to say running. I don't like that. I don't use that term. You're either going to be moving, consistently outboxing this guy, or you're going to meet him in the middle and make it a fight. So it's like, I think either way, you're going to get your money's worth in terms of effort from that dude. So although I wasn't impressed with some of his fights, I like the way he got this business done. He earned the title and it put him in fights. Like, imagine with his style, just like him and Subriel fighting each other. Or him, Gary Antoine spoke about fighting Pitbull. Like, man, I couldn't imagine those matchups. I wasn't thinking about it because I ain't see Pitbull moving at 140. And now he's there. I want to see him all. Kello, what's good, family? How you feeling, bro? Talking about here payday, I hear Canelo voice. I'm telling you, he won payday. But I ain't against him getting it. Like, I think he strung together some wins, and this one he earned the title. So yeah, he deserves an opportunity, man. I ain't mad at it. I like to see people get their opportunities, and he easy to root for because for one, you don't really speak. He don't speak English, and he don't talk too crazy. He just go in there and fight. You know what I mean? He ain't got the craziest style. I ain't, this biggest fan of the style or whatever, but it's effective and it works for him. And he tries very hard in there and he makes it tough. So again, he gonna give you your money's worth. I can't be mad at that. I mean, I just know where his weaknesses lie, and I also know where his strengths are at. And if you can't consistently present a moving target while keeping this dude all balanced and keeping something in his face, keeping him honest, it's gonna be a tough night. It's gonna be a tough night's work. Not saying you can't win, but it's gonna be a tough night's work. Kate calls in the building. What's good, fam? It'll be a Pitbull Tank fight before Devin. I hear people keep talking about that Pitbull Tank rematch too. It's the real Mexican monster. Pitbull, yeah, he's a beast. Y'all punched the like button out for you, bro. Yeah, he's a beast. He is. He's a beast. Like in terms of like just intensity and what he bring, right? He a dog. He a Pitbull. He was a Pitbull Saturday night for sure, man. Just say that. All right. Let's see what he do next. But let's get to these. Let's get to Tszyu and Fundora, man. Cash Crypto in the building. What's good, bro? How you feeling, Cruz? Yeah, man. This fight right here got a lot of people talking, man. There's some mixed feelings towards it. Some people picked Fundora in the beginning. For me, I picked Tszyu. I was thinking Tszyu was going to win a tough fight. I was close to being right? I think that he did some real damage early in that fight. Tszyu did. He had both of Fundora eyes looking like they was black, swelled up, and then on top of that, he what my bro Skills call it, he gave him a proper raccoon. He gave the man 2 proper raccoons. Skills, where you at, bro? He gave that man some raccoon. Tszyu gave Fundora a proper raccoon, raccooned him up, messed his nose up. He had him looking crazy. But he did that in a matter of 2 rounds. That elbow, what the elbow split happened in about the 3rd round or so, something like that. Once that happened, I seen how much it affected Tszyu, and I knew it was going to be tough for him. It was way too much blood. It was way too much blood. And even with all that blood, he fought very well down the stretch. But Fundora, credit to him, he used his height and reach way more than I seen him do in the past. I was impressed with that. A1 Hoop Zone, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? I think he gave Tank a great fight. Pitbull, yeah, he did. He did. And the only thing you will have to point out is that that was Tank with one hand on top of that. But a good fight is a good fight, and that's what he gave. But Fundora was showing some boxing ability. He was jabbing. He was jabbing in boxing, but I think what made that easier is the blood that constantly was pouring in Tszyu eye right from the center of his forehead. That wasn't even a cut. That was like some type of gash, man. That elbow. Like, that elbow is really what beat Tszyu. The elbow did it, yo. The elbow took it out of him. I'm just going to give y'all my honest opinion. I think the elbow don't happen. I think Tszyu might have stopped him. I do. I think he was putting hands on him. I think he would have got more confident. He just wasn't bothered as much by Fundora's height and reach as much as I thought. It was the blood that really was doing it for him. Like, Tszyu, once I seen him pawing the blood and not throwing at certain points, I was like, this ain't how Tszyu fight. I was like, yeah, that blood definitely is unfortunate because it's boxing, but I think the blood, the gash in the head did something to him. You have a broken nose, both of your eyes will be black. Yeah, for sure. But you get what I'm saying? He raccooned him up, you know what I'm saying? And Kello and busted his nose up. And did he break it? Was it reported to be broke? Because it did look broke. Definitely looked broke. But he raccooned him. You know what I'm saying? He gave him a proper raccoon, and that I like to see it, man. He was kicking ass in there. He was hanging tough, man. I like Tszyu, man. Pitbull got solid ass poker face. He got the best poker faces, unmatched. A1. What we call Pitbull with a mean ass shot. Pitbull legs knocked up for a hot second. You seen it too, so I wasn't tripping. Rolly did land some stuff that kind of. But his poker face is just different. And Rolly wasn't comfortable enough to throw more than a couple punches at a time because of what was coming back. Tszyu and Fundora was a blood clot, like a real battle of both bleeding and broken nose. I'm telling you, all things. Peace, family. How you feeling, bro? Yeah, man, it was a bloodbath. I think that the elbow did it. To be honest with y'all, I don't know how y'all felt. Now, I didn't want to see the fight get stopped because of the elbow. But if I'm being honest, for me, I've seen fights get stopped with way less. If it was ever a reason to stop a fight for a cut, not only was it a gash and it was deeper than a cut, it just looked bad. It was in a terrible spot. Tim pretty much damn near bald head, so it was right there. It was pouring directly into his eye. They could have easily stopped that fight, but I think they wanted it to continue. It's their first rollout, you know what I mean? First pay-per-view. I don't think it would have left. It would have left a lot of it would have left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth if they had stopped that fight in like the 4th round because of the cut. So I think they had a decision. I think the fact that Tszyu was willing to continue, you know what I mean, and they allowed it to rock. But I do think, just honestly looking at it, it affected him, and you could see it. Constantly wiping at it, it affected his output, I think, to a certain degree. But he still fought tough. Credit to Fundora. He did way more boxing in this fight, I think, than I've seen since I've been watching him. He was actually utilizing the height and reach, but Tszyu was doing a good job at getting in there, still getting his shots off, but it just wasn't enough because Fundora they was bloody as hell. But it was a bloodbath on both sides, but I think Tszyu's damage on the forehead and just bleeding into the eye was like a double whammy. Because not only was he bleeding a lot, it was going right into the eye, and I could just imagine how that was feeling, constantly going into the eye over and over. So, you know, Fundora was bleeding from the mouth, the nose, his eyes was swelling. Like they was putting hands on each other in there. It was fun to watch. Yeah, it definitely should have been stopped at Kello. We being honest, and that's not. I ain't favoring nobody when I say that. I'm just looking at the fight, and I'm like, I've seen fights where guys get cut on the outside of their eye, Kello, no blood leaking into the eye, and they stop the fight. Like the fight gets stopped. So the way that was bleeding, for sure. But am I mad that they didn't stop it? Absolutely not. We got our money's worth. I think, like I said, for people to be complaining that it shouldn't have been on pay-per-view, you had to honestly be rethinking that if you watch the card to its entirety. It definitely was worth the money. It was no quitting Tszyu. Fundora made it an interesting fight. He did something that a lot of people say he don't typically do, which is box, utilize the height and reach, and really be a little more disciplined. And that was good to see. Andrew Gray was good with it, family. More important, fighter safety or the event. Fighter safety for sure, Thrill. You know what I mean? No brainer for me. Superman was good with it. But you know them, Thrill. You know what I mean? They entertainment, guts, and glory. Oh, the fighter's still good. Oh, he ain't dying in there. Let it continue. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it was, too. I think, that's just me throwing that out there. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking they looked at it like, we ain't stopping this fight in no 4th round with our first, you know what I mean? With this being the first event. But maybe they was like, you know, Tszyu good, so we ain't stopping it from early. But the blood, the blood was crazy. Twitter saying that Tim got robbed. Nah, no robberies whatsoever. No robberies, man. I can't call that a robbery at all. I can't. Fundora was working. He was in there working. Should have thrown that 1-2 consistently, kept dodging the jab and coming back center line. All right, for sure. And you seen him doing it in spots, Rick. It was cool to see him doing it in spots. It was crazy. At the 6, he should have stopped. Right. Right, that blood was crazy, and I think the injury obviously favored, you know, Fundora from that point. Fate was good with it. He said, "Man, Fundora trash." I think his performance was solid though, man. He went out there and earned it. Fundora did, like for what it was worth. He didn't lay down. He didn't lay down at all. But you know what the big talk now is who's gonna fight now after this bloodbath we just seen. And again, remember. A lot of the talk. Now I already know Faye. I already know you joke. The talk was Tszyu and Crawford. Remember, the talk was Crawford this, Tszyu this. I mean, I don't know. Some people might have overlooked Fundora. I thought he was gonna beat him, honestly, but that cut just was something unexpected, and that changed the tide of the fight. To be honest with you, the fact that Tszyu fought damn near 9-10 rounds with a cut like that is crazy. So credit to him, much credit to him. I know he'll be back. Fundora, now WBC, WBO champion, and now they're saying the WBO is ordering, you know, Fundora and Terence Crawford to, begin negotiations or whatever the case may be. So we're going to have to see. I mean, I think it's a real situation now because you got Spence who stepped in the ring. You know what I mean? Spence made his debut into the ring. You did.
Well, here he is. What do you have to say?
Oh, it's time to get it on. He got the big dog now. Let's go.
Now, is this your first time seeing him in person? And what do you think about his height?
Yeah, it's my first time seeing him in person. I mean, he got a pretty good height, but we'll see. We'll break him down like we always do.
No, he's one of the greats right now. He's one of the pound for pound. So if I can fight him and get a win off of him, it'll be good history for me again.
Well, maybe we'll see it this year. Thank you guys both. And Sebastian, congratulations. You are now the unified one.
Yeah, you see how Errol had to look up like, man, he got a nice height. We'll break him down like we always do. So, man, it's a lot of mixed feelings when Errol Spence stepped into that ring right there, y'all. Fundora gonna drop the WBO belt. I think, yeah, hey, business over belts. Hey, Rick, and this is what I'm saying. People be angry, but I think they got misplaced anger in this situation. You can't be mad at Errol Spence. He's a fighter. He fight. If you in his shoes and you got an opportunity to fight a guy that just won 2 belts after you just came off a loss, you not gonna fight him? You get what I'm saying? So I don't think we could be mad at Errol Spence. The question is, what is Fundora gonna do? And just like Rick said, I think he gonna really consider vacating the belt if need be, if Terence Crawford is in fact gonna try to make that a fight. And I'm not knocking Crawford. Is supposed to do what Crawford was best for his career. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I think if we looking at how Fundora gonna look at it, in the same way Tszyu was looking at it, they looking at it like which fight gonna make more money? You get what I'm saying? Or which opportunity is gonna make more money? And I think that the obvious answer is Errol Spence. You get what I'm saying? Gertz was good with it, B-Dog. He said Spence had the haters mad. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think you could be mad at Spence. Errol probably 180, 190. Yeah, Mike White in the building was good with it. I saw someone say Samson did say Fundora has a broken nose and won't be back till February. Word, right. He also said some other stuff too, and I'm gonna play it. Salute to my brother Cal Cooler. I got you, Cal, because you did send that to me earlier. Salute to my guy Mike White. And Spence Crawford did respond. He has some things to say. Errol Spence said we going back to Dallas, man. You know what I mean? And Terence Crawford said, sorry, buddy, but you got to wait in line, sir. Errol Spence said, I don't know, champ. I don't do lines. Then he said, Errol Spence, Ninja, you look like a linebacker, my guy. Errol Spence ain't trying to hear that. He said, we going, you know what I mean? Back to Dallas. You dig? And on top of that, bro, did Errol have a golden ticket right here, y'all? He had a golden ticket. EJ had a golden ticket on him, bro. EJ had a golden ticket. They talking about Dallas, man. So that might, I think that leans in Errol Spence's favor, y'all. I think that goes in Spence's favor. What y'all think? I think that goes in Spence's favor. I think it does, man. Maybe everyone should just get their ass beat. Maybe get a title shot. I look at it like I get it for the people that's looking at it like Terence Crawford deserves this shot. And if you talking about like deserve is a tricky word in boxing, but did he earn the right to challenge Fundora? I mean, they ordering it, right? So I'm not knocking. NL was good with it. I'm not mad at Bud pursuing his fight. I'm not mad at Errol pursuing the fight. I'm a fight fan. It's boxing. I want to see whoever is going to make the fight get the fight, right? I think Fundora has a say in this too. And I think they're looking at Spence as the more lucrative opportunity, as well as an opportunity to chase some legacy as well. He only lost once. People are treating Spence like he's some poo-putt. So in order for me to look at him in the light that some people look at him, I'm going to have to be shown that like Terence Crawford did what Terence Crawford did to him. I don't think Fundora will do it, and I want to see it. I think it's an entertaining matchup. Whoever fights Fundora next is entertaining, whether it be Bud Crawford or Fundora. But salute to the OG. I was hearing Fanon cook on it, and he was saying it would be irresponsible for, I think, Fundora's team to make the fight with him and Bud Crawford. I think he said, and I get it, because you go down that path, more than likely, that's an ass whooping waiting to happen. I just don't see too many scenarios where Sebastian Fundora beat Terence Crawford. That's just me. Errol Spence, the same thing. You going from the top of the top to still the top, in my opinion, because Errol Spence is still undeniably, in my opinion, until somebody else show me otherwise, they still at the top to me. He only lost to the absolute top guy. So Is Fundora anywhere near Terence Crawford to me in terms of skill level? Now, I mean, he's dangerous in his own right, but he ain't a Terence Crawford, right? So I'm not against seeing either fight. I'm not mad at Spence, you know, doing what Spence do. It's his job to do what is best for his career. He's not supposed to look over at Terence Crawford's situation and say, "Oh well, Terence Crawford, you do got first dibs." That's not what he gonna say. If they green lighting it, it seemed like people backing it. They obviously allowed him into the ring. They got plans on making this fight, and like I said, I see what the WBO ordered, and I hear that. But we all know, y'all, from past experiences, just because they order something don't mean that's the fight that's coming next. See, people might forget that. Just because they ordering shit don't mean that's the fight that's going to happen next. Then they do a bunch of ordering. Then they order Pitbull to fight a certain somebody a while back. I think y'all know who that was. A certain somebody. Then they order that. That fight didn't happen. So all I'm saying is just because they order it don't mean it's going to happen. I'm not mad at Spence. I'm not mad at Bud. Bud is supposed to do what Bud's supposed to do. If that's the opportunity he wants, he has every right to pursue it. If he get the fight first, then so be it. It's business at the end of the day. It's boxing, and I ain't mad at nobody for doing the absolute what's best for their career. So again, if I'm just looking at it, maybe I'm wrong. But if we going off of how it looked, seems like Spence got the backing. Seems like he has the leverage in that regard, and it seems like he got the people on his side that's going to put him in position to get that fight, whether they order that or not. I think they're going to find a way to get Spence to fight. I mean, when have you not seen Spence get the fights he wants? So that's how I'm looking at it. And then everybody is saying like they did Bud dirty. The PBC is doing them dirty again. I don't look at it like that either, because from what I understood, they offered him fights with Lubin and Charlo. And for what I understand, he was cool on both of them. Not, of course, like he's ducking them or scared to fight them. That wasn't the type of opportunity he was looking for. Neither one of them was lucrative, I guess, big money fights and or with titles. You get what I'm saying? So I did hear those fights were offered. I don't think this is a matter of them just trying to freeze them out or do them dirty. I just don't look at it like that. I don't look at it Bud is being jealous of EJ. I look at it as Bud is doing what he's supposed to do for his career. And if that's pursue a fight with Fundora because he felt like he's positioned himself or the WBO is ordering and allowing them to pursue negotiations, then by all means, do your thing. But if you want to flip into things, if you know, with Errol Spence having the backing and the right people in place, put him in position to get the fight, then we got to fight. You get what I'm saying? It's just that simple. It's not a big deal for me. I'm not here to cry. I like all these dudes. I want to see the fights. If Crawford don't fight Fundora next, it's not going to be the end of the world. At the end of the day, people was just sitting up here talking about Tszyu and Crawford, right? It's funny how people forget it was just Tszyu and Terence Crawford, because a lot of people was just assuming, myself included, that Tszyu was going to pull off a victory and him and Terence Crawford potentially was going to fight. But at that same token, you even heard Tszyu and his people talking about potentially being willing to vacate a belt for fighting Errol Spence because it's a more lucrative opportunity. And who is this? Samson said something. Salute to my bro Cal Coolett, man, that sent me this. And this was Samson giving his opinion on this situation, giving some thoughts on it. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. You know, our Bud fans is just business, just like Bud. Not fighting boots was just business. It really is, though. Frontline, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling, family? Yeah, it really is just business. It's nothing like fans need to stop taking the business of boxing personal. I know it could be frustrating, and I get it, but there's no need to take it personal. I'm not aggravating myself over the business of boxing, and it's going to work itself out how it's going to work itself out. Right now, you know, EJ in the ring, he flashed. I think that's the golden ticket. He's smiling. He feeling good. He looked like he got the backing. It looked like that's what they're going to push. And let's see. Whoever get the Fundora at the end of the day, I think we get a good fight. You know what I'm saying? But Paulie Malignaggi has some interesting things to say about Errol in this fight, too. So I'm going to play that after I play this little clip from Samson. But if I am an Easton was good business, get what I'm saying? I think Xander's eyes would be a good test against Fundora. I step up for Xander so he can start babying his eyes. Yeah, I feel you. I wonder who they're gonna put him in there next though. And Bud still got 3 belts at 147. I think he in line for something at 154. Yeah, it's true. Samson said it comes with the facts. Oh, Samson said he's gonna maximize you. You dig? You dig 12? All right, I'm gonna play this real quick.
And I believe he deserved it.
Is that Errol Spence Jr.?
That's correct.
Over Crawford? Like, does Spence more money? Or?
No, Crawford will not sell out 90,000 people in Dallas. I can tell you that.
He's saying it right off the bat. Crawford won't sell out 90,000 people in Dallas. This is not my words. This is his words. This is Samson speaking about this.
Like, does Spence more money? Or?
No, Crawford will not sell out 90,000 people in Dallas. I can tell you that much.
Is Crawford the better fighter?
Yes, but, you know, like everybody wait.
That's
Like
proud with a dude.
Benavides wait. Why not Crawford? Let him wait one time or maybe twice, and then he go.
Even with Spence, you know, losing the fight, Crawford beating, you still think the value's better on Spence?
At the end of the day, is maximize the profit for the fighter. And it'd be stupidity for me not to do that for him. So for the fighter. And it'd be stupidity for me not to do that for him.
So safer for Spence.
And besides that, boxing is business. As Mayweather.
Now, you see what he's saying? It's business. Said it would be stupidity for him not to do that. He's saying Crawford not going to sell him 90,000 in Dallas. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, they're going to go with the more lucrative opportunities. So instead of people blaming Errol Spence, blame the business of boxing again. Blame the powers that be. Errol Spence, as a fighter, is supposed to do what is best for him in his career, as he's always done. Even when it ain't been in the best interest of his career, he still went and done it, right? Joe was good with it. So that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's about what opportunities these fighters want to take. And if you have an opportunity to fight two guys, one of them, it more than likely is an ass whoop. They both probably ass whoopings. One is just going to come with a little less money or less money, however you want to frame it. The other one, you still more than likely get an ass whooping, but it's more unknowns over that side, right? So you probably gonna try you know what I mean? You're gonna go that way with it. You're gonna make your money. It's just that simple. It's not that hard to understand. People make it personal. Do I want to see Bud Crawford get the fight? I don't mind. Think Bud Crawford kicking his ass. I'm standing on that. Bud Crawford get the Fundora fight. It'll be entertaining as hell to watch, and I'll pay to watch it, and I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But if Errol Spence get in there, this would be a perfect fight to test and see exactly where Errol Spence is at. You know what I mean? Fundora shouldn't be no relatively walk in the park for nobody, right? So it should be somewhat of a test, right? So that's all. They're trying to get rich. Who Bud got putting up the money? Rick, they not thinking. Who got the backing is what I said, which is going to lead to them having what? The leverage, I would think, right? Larry was good with it. This is why boxing losing fans to MMA. I don't know, man. Because I don't know. I think boxing is doing fine, though, man. I get it, but I think boxing doing fine. I just think people get mad at everything. When stuff they don't get their way, it's like the way we go about it. You say you want good fights, you don't know, man. Spence still might have something to offer. That could potentially, he win a fight, could open up a Crawford opportunity. Like, I don't know. And again, everybody, I was hearing a lot of screaming about Tszyu and Crawford. Nothing about Fundora until he just won. BJ33 was good with it, fam. They wasn't in notice. It wasn't like no Bud is gonna get the winner there, or they kept focusing on Tszyu. You know what I mean? He gonna get Tszyu next. All right. Tim annoyed me though. He kept throwing that one shot at a time. Yeah, I think that blood slowed him up, bro. That blood did him. Busy in the building was good with it. It's just as long as my fight. Yeah, I want to see a good fight. I get it. Listen, I'm not gutted for either guy, man. This boxing, these dudes ain't Crawford ain't starving for no opportunities, bro. He don't get a Fundora fight, then he gonna go find another fight. It's just that simple. That's how I look at it. But he did tell Spence he looked like a linebacker, and Spence got to get in the back of the line. Spence said he don't do lines. You did. Say he don't do no damn lines, and they going back to Dallas with it. You know what I'm saying? You know, Spence golden ticketed up, man. I don't know what to say, man. He is. Maybe if I was trying to box because fans going to MMA. And yeah, because that's the truth. It's crazy because if boxing fans is losing, you know, we losing fans to the MMA, then MMA is losing fighters to boxing because dudes trying to try their hand in boxing. And if there would be Spence at the Crawford, soften them up. Nah, I don't look at things like that. I'll just look at it as he lost. Like, you got to lose. Yo, losing is losing, man. That's what happened with Spence and Crawford is Spence and Crawford. You know, Spence and Fundora, that'd be a new slate. Whatever, you know, Fundora do against Spence, it'll just be what it is. But it'll be a conversation to have if Spence looked like a shell of himself for the second straight fight in a row. you still would be to acknowledge what Fundora did, right? If he's to get a victory and you're going to give him full credit. But again, there's a different conversation to be had if you look at Errol Spence and he were to get a Fundora fight next and look like a shell of himself again, then I would have no problem saying that, you know, that's not the same fighter. And it's a different conversation to have about Errol Spence. So I'm not about to say Crawford softened them up. Just like I don't like when people say somebody's leftovers, right? Ain't no such thing. It's like you fight, you lose, you get in there, you fight the next guy up, man. It's just that simple. So again, if Crawford get the fight, cool, no problem, because it's gonna be a good fight. Spence get the fight, cool, because I feel like it's gonna be a good fight. But if y'all just looking at it from a business standpoint, you heard Samson, it would be stupidity not to pursue that opportunity, right? Stupidity. Like, clearly you're gonna go with the guy that you can get legacy and the bag with. Crawford, you chasing some legacy, you more than likely getting your ass whooped and you're not gonna make as much money. It's just that simple. There's nothing against none of the fighters. From the information that I got, I think I'm completely accurate with what I'm saying. Both fighters could potentially give you an ass whooping. One of them just beat the other guy. Not that I do triangle theories, but it's easy to say Terence Crawford is looked at as the pound for pound best fighter in the world. More than likely, Fundora is nowhere near that. So I think if he get in the ring with Terence Crawford, I think Terence Crawford kicks his ass. But Errol Spence, he's coming off a knockout loss. He looked like a shell of himself the last time he was in the ring, right? So it's more unknowns with him. But more than likely, if Spence is to return anywhere close to form, he not an easy fight, because I don't think Fundora is easy for people, right? But I think Spence would be able to beat this guy, right? But also offer him more money financially. So which way do you go? You go to EJ. It's that simple. Who do people really be mad at? If Fundora, if ultimately the decision is up to him, if he choose to either keep the belt, fight Terence Crawford, or vacate it and fight Errol Spence, who are people gonna be mad at? They're gonna say Fundora ducking Bud? I don't know. It's like you ducking elite level top competition for other top competition. I don't know. It's tough. You know what I mean? It's tough. And just because you lose to the best fighter in the world don't mean you ain't still one of the best fighters in the world. Somebody else has to prove that. Yeah, Terence Crawford proved by Terence Crawford beating Errol Spence, he proved he was better than him. He was the better fighter than him, right? That didn't prove that Errol Spence is still not an elite level guy. He didn't look the same, of course, but another fight I think would solidify that. That would answer some more questions. So it's some unknowns, but it's still a good fight to be had, man. Malik K was good with it. He's just still the big fish he is, and it's big ticket. One loss is not going to change that. I think people feel like, you just got your ass beat, dude. You see the reporter ask the question, even coming off a loss, they don't care. He's still like his star power just not going to dissipate over. They built Errol Spence the right way. His people genuinely rock with him. You think people don't? His true supporters, I don't even like the fan word. Errol Spence true supporters want to see him again. They do. They're not the people crying in the comment sections and not going to buy his fights when it's time to support him. So again, it's people that genuinely want to see him. You have to be a fool to think that. Yeah, it's people that they got their reservations, but how we going to find out if he don't get in the damn ring? He got to get in the ring. I definitely want to see him fight again. Linebacker or not, Terence Crawford. Salute to Bud, man, because Bud that guy. But I'm rooting for both of these dudes. I don't care who gets the fight first. I just don't care. It's going to be a good fight regardless. Bud going to get in there and give me my money's worth. Errol Spence is always going to give you money's worth as well. Fundora is always in a fight. Either way, and I think people have become such fans sometimes, and not everybody, but some people have become such fans of fighters that they forget that either way, we're more than likely to get a good fight and get some real questions. If you was an Errol Spence supporter or you really rock with boxing, you can't say, like, even if that ain't your favorite guy, yo, that's a bad boy. Who wouldn't want to see him come back to see what he'd look like? He's been highly entertaining and standing on business his whole way through, even in defeat. You know what I'm saying? So who don't want to see him fight again? Dragons Assassin, what's good with it, fam? Who don't want to see him fight again? You get what I'm saying? Reef, what's good with it? Who don't want to see him fight again? I do. You get what I'm saying? I'm not so invested in either fighter from a fan's perspective that I care that much who gets it first. I don't care. I was thinking it was going to be Crawford. This Errol Spence going to Vegas hit me just like it hit y'all. I said, oh, he flying to Vegas. He want the winner. Then I said, I know he about to get in the ring. And he got in the ring. I knew it. I was like, well, there it is. Then he might be the one getting the fight. But I'm not gutted for Bud. This is business. Bud ain't is crying for no opportunities. If he can't get it, he gonna move on. I'm pretty sure his career ain't gonna stay stuck. Like, you think not fighting Sebastian Fundora drastically changes Bud Crawford's career? People need to put it in perspective. He probably don't even care that much. You get what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. He could see this coming. All right, I don't get the fight, then I move on and fight somebody else. Because he ain't beating Bud. I'm sorry. He ain't. I'm just saying, I don't think he beating Spence, but it's more unknowns with Errol Spence. So for that reason, that's why I would want to see that fight. It's so many unknowns. I feel like there's less unknowns, but still some with Terence Crawford because it's a different matchup. The dude is 6'5", right? It'd be a fun fight. He's standing on business. We'd have had a rematch. I don't know, man. I can't really say it. I get you, Gertz, but I can't really answer that because of the behind-the-scenes stuff. I don't know really what all the stuff that transpired, right? I just know it seemed like their timetable for that rematch seemed like it expired for whatever reason. So it didn't happen, and you know what I mean? So I ain't going to jump down his throat the one time a fight didn't happen, right? I don't have all the details on that one for me. J.A. Dixon was good with it, Jay. But I get you. But I feel like Spence is still a guy that stands on business. I'm not going to like nitpick. You get what I'm saying? Oh, you didn't get the rematch. Because sometimes we be more up in arms than Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is clearly moving on, right? Terence Crawford is now telling him, sorry, buddy, you got to wait in line. You got to work your way back up. You get what I'm saying? You got to work your way back up. That's what he told him. So Terence Crawford ain't even worried. He ain't even stunting no rematch. He like, all right, cool. Rematch ain't happen. Move on. And that's exactly how I feel like he going to approach this situation. If he don't get a damn Sebastian Fundora fight, his career continues to move on. So be it. Okay. You get what I'm saying? There's still other fights out there for him, but I mean, I don't know exactly what the pickings is for him because I know he said no to a couple fights from what I hear. I mean, so it is what it is. That's going to be at 54 later on. Watch the same way. Happened at 47. I was thinking like this, right? In a perfect world. Perfect world, Fundora vacate the belt. WBO keeps the WBC. Errol Spence Fundora fights for the WBC. If Errol Spence, and this is a perfect world, mind y'all, Errol Spence were to be successful against Fundora, look good, return to form or closer to himself, make people a believer again. You know what I mean? Silence some critics, turn back the clock a little bit on them, and get an impressive win and become champion. Do that possibly potentially set up a rematch with him and Terence Crawford at 54 now? Who knows? I mean, in the perfect world, I'm just saying. So I don't know. I'm to the point where I'm exhausted with all the complaining about everything. If I'm getting a good fight, I'm just going to enjoy what I believe is going to be a good fight. I'm expecting Errol Spence to never look like what he did against Terence Crawford. Now, that's just my expectations. My expectations and reality is two different things. I don't know how he's going to look coming back, but I expect he won't look like how he did against Terence Crawford. For one, Fundora ain't no damn Terence Crawford. So even if he ain't all the way right, it ain't going to look how I did against Terence Crawford because Fundora ain't that level. But at the same token, he do need to return somewhat close to form or as close to it as possible to be able to compete at the level he gonna need to if he is to win that fight and get a rematch again. That's just me in the perfect world. I don't know what their plans are, but I don't see why not. You get what I'm saying? Especially if they both at 54 and people still acting as if they want the rematch. Okay. But I think it's easier to sell a rematch. And again, remember, a lot of people said this. Errol Spence should take a fight in between instead of fighting Terence Crawford again in a rematch. Maybe go take a fight or something like that. Tune-up fight, whatever. That's Mr. No Tune-Up himself. So Sebastian Fundora wouldn't necessarily be deemed a tune-up, right? You know what I mean? It'd be a legit test. You go fight him, you look good. Now maybe people have interest in seeing a rematch again. Now maybe it's easier to sell the rematch because you have a fight in which Errol Spence looked like the truth again to go off, right? That's all it takes. A winning cures a lot, especially in boxing. You go out there, you beat somebody's ass, and then people will shut up about the fight where you didn't look so good. The real ones, you're going to shut up because, again, you're only as good as your last, right? Okay. So if that man go out there, he get a fight with Fundora, kick his ass, or break him down how Errol Spence plan on, look good doing it, I think it's easier to revisit a Terence Crawford fight. I think it's easier to sell that to the people. You know what I'm saying? That's easier to convince people, hey, man, he back. But it's hard to do that without that fight taking place. So, again, from a business standpoint, am I surprised that the rematch didn't happen? Hell no, because I had numerous conversations with people on the phone, and we discussed this from a business standpoint. from the first fight, I think it was successful, but you had people that had bigger expectations. So some people feel like it should have did more than what it did. So given the fight played out one-sided, I think it would be hard to sell a rematch and do better than the first time out, right? So again, with him looking the way he did, at least if he has a fight where you can gauge him and be like, hey man, he looked like EJ again. And he beat Fundora ass, like I said, now you can sell the rematch. I'm just thinking that way because that's how they think. I mean, I just don't think it would have been a tough sell. I don't know for what real reason that rematch ain't happened, but it seemed like both parties was equally okay with whatever happened. Nobody got on the internet whining about, I didn't get my opportunity. You don't hear Terence Crawford calling Errol Spence no duck, saying he ain't won it. Like, you don't see none of that. It seemed like both parties involved was cool with just moving on and looking for their next opportunity. And now you see EJ. I mean, you know, we got Bud tagging EJ, which is good because I like the interaction. So Bud said he looked like a linebacker and you got to wait in line. And, you know, EJ said he don't do no line. So, you know, he said Fundora's out till February. I think they said Samson did with the broken nose or something like that. I think Earl should just do what he needs to do and forget about Bud. I mean, I think that's the Big Dre. That's look like what it is, bro. It looked like that what he did, right? It looked like he said that. It looked like he said, you know what? All right, because you see him look like he crying about a rematch. He look like he looking like next opportunity up. He said, look, man, I'm about to fight this guy then. Know what I mean? Be a good test, Irvin, to see where he at, to see what he got left. Like, because so many people doubting him. So that's why I'm saying that. And I think who better to test you than a 6'5", 6'5.5", you know what I mean? Giant, you know what I mean? Jolly Green giant. Spence versus Charlo, battle in Texas. Hey, man. You talk, man. Hey, Gertz. Hey, I ain't against no good fights, G. You feel me? I ain't against no good fights, Gertz. Talk to him, man. I want to be better than people think. So he needs surgery. He could be out to 2025. And it's possible because that nose look battered up. For sure. But I've been holding on for 7 years, holding the belts now. He wants to keep saying the things he's not going to do. Yeah, it's going to be tough, like, because I don't know if he has the backing, which is going to lead to the lack of leverage, Big Dre. So I don't know if he can just straight up, you know, play that card. But I mean, look, some of y'all, Paulie Malignaggi feel like some of y'all. He has some things to say. Let me get to it, man. I got some clips from Paulie ass in here. Paulie was sounding off a little bit about this fight.
Question marks for Spence. I mean, he just got destroyed. Yep. People are talking.
You're absolutely right.
The whole rumor is he the same after the car accident? He's the same after the eye surgery. And then he wasn't able to respond against Crawford, though we know he tried. Question marks for Spence. I mean, he just got destroyed. Yep. People are talking.
You're absolutely right.
The whole rumor is he the same after the car accident? He's the same after the eye surgery. And then he gets whooped in the Crawford fight. Are you going to have those same question marks now and bring them into a pay-per-view headliner for the double world champion? Not to mention the obvious, which is you're not allowed to fight for a championship coming off a loss, let alone a one-sided knockout loss.
Right. You're acting like the rules get upheld. This is my.
But here's I'm trying to play. I'm trying to do it right here.
So there's one. You know, Paulie is sounding off about the rules, saying you don't get to fight in the championship after coming out of loss, especially a one-sided knockout loss. So he got questions. He got questions about Spence. Is he going to be the same guy?
He wasn't able to respond against Crawford, though we know he tried.
Yeah,
but now you get that break. It settles in. You're back in a fight, and all of a sudden, that door opens again to hell, so to speak. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh my God, I got to be in this kind of fight again. You're comfortable financially. You've got a lot of mileage on you. Do you have what it takes to enter that door again, into that room again? I don't know if at that age, and I'm just speaking even from my own experience.
Yeah, this is all theory and hypothetical.
But it's all psychology of past fighters in general, including our own experience, my own experience. I couldn't go through that door with Danny Garcia once what happened with Porter happened to me. You know what I mean? And again, I was at 33 years old. You know, I wasn't able to just get into that door. When it presented itself, I wasn't able to flip that switch the same way I could before. You know, so it's like, does Spence have that? I mean, that'll be the question if they make the fight. It's a big name. Thurman was a big name. You might sell it that way. It may very well happen. But there's going to be all these question marks. And that's what we're talking about, you know?
And again, the question marks are fair because of what we all seen the last time in the ring. The question marks are fair, but how are we going to get any of the questions asked if you don't allow my opportunity? You already know boxing don't uphold all their rules. They change them as they go along. I'm not crying foul play on neither side. It's business as it always been. And the business don't always suit is in the benefit of one boxer. You know what I mean? And in this case, it seemed like it's going to be in benefit of EJ. But you hear him saying, you know, there's going to be these question marks. Is he going to be the same guy? Like when he got beat up by Porter, he was no longer willing to go through that with Danny Garcia or whatever the case. So on and so forth. Like, I get all of that, but I mean, how are we going to find out if he don't get the opportunity to? So that's where I'm at with it. I mean, it's one more clip I got, y'all. Sad to tear down Spence. Yeah, I just it's one loss, and he lost to the best fighter in the world. I'm cool. Like, it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? So you move on. And again, like, this is the thing. We knew for without a doubt Spence was going to 54. You even heard Tszyu speaking about fighting him because he knew he was coming up there. You get what I'm saying? So it's no shock that Spence is getting the opportunity. You see his back and his team, they always seem to get this guy the fight that he wants, right? So I don't see why that's going to change today. I don't see it changing today. I mean, I think he's going to be the same thing. I mean, take what we said about Bud, not a defender, the belts at 147. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what weakens the argument, Rick. I think that's what kind of weakens it, having the attachment with those belts. Those like dead weight at this point. You get what I'm saying? For him, if you don't plan on going back down there. You know what I'm saying? So people like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, which way you going to go with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's tough. Because look, by having the belts, Rick, and that's 3 of them. Boots just has the 1. Am I right? You got the other 3. You still have some attachment to 47, which Errol Spence, when he lost to you won everything. He has no attachment to 147, even so much so in his bio on Instagram, it says 154. You get what I'm saying? Like, so he legit has no attachment to the prior weight class, to 147. He's completely moved on. You get what I'm saying? And again, Terence Crawford still has that attachment with the belts. I'm not taking them from him, but that's what some people gonna say that. So it's like, on one end, think about it. They looking at it like you're holding up 47 and you saying you want a shot at 54. If you want 54 shots so much, they're gonna say why you still have the belts. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, that, just those are the questions people ask. I really don't care. Do what you need to do for you. I know you're gonna give us a good fight. So it's like, I don't really care, but people, that's what they gonna complain about it. You know what I'm saying? I think he got a decision to make. He definitely need to drop the belts. I think the belts keep the 47 conversations looming, right? I think the belts that allows people to keep attaching the Boots fight to him. And I ain't asking them to vacate. You do what you want. They're your belts, bro. But I think that's why people keep attaching the Boots fight to him, despite whether or not it's a lot of a big money fight or whatever the case. They feel like he a champion. He got you out of the belt. It's the best fight that make at 47, but I mean, we'll see. PBC trying to shut Bud out, but I don't think so, Joe, because again, keep in mind, from what I understand, they offered him a Charlo and a Lubin fight. You get what I'm saying? That's not necessarily shutting them out, but who do you think their loyalty is going to be with, Joe? Is it going to be with Terence Crawford that they're working with currently, or is it going to be with Errol Spence, who they've been working with throughout his entire career? You get what I'm trying to say? Put yourself in them shoes. Who the more than likely to get that opportunity, though, just based off the way the business is, and who's put those is Errol Spence, those is people. He ain't just working with them for now, or a situation ain't happening now. He's over there with that's not the case. Those are his people. So who do you think is more than likely to get an opportunity just based off that? And then again, it's not a right or wrong thing in boxing. You just, because boxing is not one of them sports, so it's not about right or wrong. It's just the way they move, right? And that's the way they're gonna play it. They're gonna look out for their guy. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, and again, offering him other fights with Lubin and Charlo ain't not necessarily shutting him out. Those are opportunities. What if they feel like he being picky with the opportunities that they're giving him? You saying no, I ain't fighting him, and then they say, all right, well, how about this guy? You say no, I ain't fighting him. And I'm just saying hypothetically, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but from what I hear, if you say no to the 2 people, and then now it's oh yeah to him, and they got their guy who they're gonna allow their guy to you get what I'm trying to say? They offer opportunities. You might not like the opportunities they offering you, and then you kind of like picking. I don't think they're gonna give you the kind of leeway to, you know what I mean, where they're gonna push you getting a fight over Errol Spence is what I'm saying. If that makes sense. And I don't know exactly how they think, but it seemed like that's what's going on. Teach was good with it, bro. In those 2 fights, they said Fundora would be out because it's broken nose. So I wonder what happens. Right, the broken nose going to sit him out. I think that's going that might change. You know, Spence fighting him. You know what I'm saying? If he's gonna be out for a while, so who knows? Fundora might not be in the ring with nobody no time soon. But all over the place, he don't know what he want to do. I want to 54. Yeah, I mean, he got decisions. I know that. Bug got some decisions to make. You know what I mean? He got some options. You know what I mean? Pursue 54. You still got belts at 47 if you want to fight there again. You know what I mean? And that Bud didn't want to rematch at 54, but the hold up, not everyone else, PBC moves are predicated on what Bud wants to do. That's true. I'm just the vibe. So the problem is Bud is doing bad business, acting like a deal. He doesn't want to sign to PBC, but he wants to fight PBC fighters. Everyone lost money dealing with Bud. I feel you, man. I don't want to say he's doing bad business, but I can't. I don't like to frame it that way, but I'll just say whatever he's doing or not doing is not. You know, just put it this way. I can't speak to what he's doing and not doing. I think he's a smart man. I think he's a very smart guy. Look at where he at. Think about it. If people was just saying he got a bunch of stuff that he wasn't supposed to get, and he got a win and the belts and all that to go with it. So I think he's a very smart businessman. Just has a very unique way about the way he get things done. That's all I'm saying. It's not a right or a wrong thing. It's worked for him thus far. So why change what you've been doing if it's working for you, right? Maybe you look at it that way. So. But at the same time, like Rick said, loyalty matters. Spence has been there. It's not like Terence Crawford has been this loyal. It's just a matter of this guy has been there. They're going to lobby for their guy. They're going to push their guy. You get what I'm saying? Those are his folk. You get what I'm saying? So it's not really wrong when you look at it in hindsight from a business standpoint. He's been with that business. That company made them money. They've moved together, built this career together. So it's not necessarily them doing one guy wrong. It's just them staying extra loyal to the guy that's been loyal to them. That's all. I mean, it's not to be taken personally. These dudes gonna be all right. Terence Crawford ain't starving for no money or no damn fight. That's what people don't be getting, bro. Man ain't starving for no money or no damn fight. He good. He'd be all right. I mean, I'm rallying for either guy. I don't care who gets the fight. I rock with them all. Bud Crawford gonna get in there and beat Fundora ass anyway. No, I mean, that's how I feel, but. You know what I mean? It's going to be other opportunities for him. We're going to see how it all shake out. It's going to be interesting to see. They're not destroying their business. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And they not going to do that. They're going to take care of the best interests of the business. And I think that would be, you heard what Samson just said, it would be stupidity for them pretty much not to pursue that opportunity. And it's the more lucrative one. It'd be stupid not to do that. So it's just what it is. He said, remember, it's just business, bro. People be mad at it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Say, Bud shut itself out. Yeah, people have this weird notion PBC is just out to do this man so wrong. You got to remember that working with them got him his biggest fight. I don't count nobody money. I would argue maybe his biggest bag. He doing well for himself. You know what I mean? PBC ain't shit on him in that regard. So I don't think it's that. I just think people got this real weird way of looking at boxing. They'll say it's a business, but they won't consider what takes place because it's a business. You understand what I'm saying? You'll say it, but you won't consider the moves that a person will make if it's business, right? So just look at it from that perspective. Like Rick said, loyalty matters. They're going to be loyal to their guys. No surprise there. There's no surprise there. Well, could anybody expect anything different? You get what I'm trying to say? Could you expect them to do something different? That's what it is. It's a matter of, am I going to look out more for the guy that's working with us now as opposed to the guy that's been here? Simple. And it's going to make more money. That's all. I'm not here to say who would draw. I don't care about that. But that's all. The consensus is one guy is going to be far more lucrative to go with him. That's all. You know what I mean? You've heard Tszyu and them explore before they even got in the ring and finished the fight, talking about possibly vacating the fighter Errol Spence because it's a more lucrative opportunity. Then you hear the same sentiments with Fundora and company. It's a clear understanding that dude not only gives us this legacy that these fighters want us to chase, but he also gives me a very lucrative bag that I ain't gonna make elsewhere. Simple, very simple. It's an easy. decision for somebody that's looking to make a big bag and fight a quality fighter. You get what I'm saying? It's very simple. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably what's going to happen. I want to see how it's going to shake out. But first things first, you got to see what Fundora can do because he hurt. So, Smiles Block was good with it. Bud will watch Fundora. I think he'll beat him too, Mike. I don't see no scenarios where he beating Bud. How's Bud gonna do bad business? And Steven Smooth say Bud agreed to everything. He just asked for the rematch in the rematch. Yeah, I just don't never go there with him because it's tough to say a multi-millionaire is doing bad business. You get what I'm saying? And he ain't the one losing money. It's, other people claim they lost money on him, but as long as he still got paid, to me, that's outsmarting those guys. That's getting the one up on those dudes, if that's what it looked like to me. So imagine complaining about losing money on the dude, but still having fights with him and getting him paid. You get what I'm saying? So I hate to frame it like what he's doing is this quote unquote bad business. It's just not like people don't prefer. It's not preferable. People don't prefer to hear a guy is doing some of the things that they hear about. And everything ain't what you hear, man. You know what I mean? I can't tell that man what he doing is wrong. Who's training Spence and would that affect his next fight? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Who he going to train with going to affect his next fight? Because it's essentially starting from scratch with a new trainer, if that's going to be the case, unless he going to end up patching things up and they end up being with, where he's still with Derek James. But a new trainer, yeah, that affect things because he don't know how he going to perform. He ain't going to know how he going to look. Part of being successful with the trainers, spoken directly from trainers, is that chemistry and having that time to build with the fighter. So that's that element that he'll be bringing into the ring if he go get a new trainer. The people see in 2019 put the performance to top guys. He probably would have had the Canelo fight. That's a good point, Bole. It's possible. It's all like I can't because I know the boxing novice was good with it, fam. I just know a lot of times, and listen, I come from a much different perspective. A lot of people be from the sideline talking like they know what's best for these fighters and what moves they should make. Like that's tough. That's tough to just assume that from your vantage point, not being involved in none of them negotiations, how these dudes should be moving and what makes sense for them. Like you don't know. So for me, I just look at it for what it's worth. Do he get in there and win the fights? Because all that business stuff, it get draining. I don't know what they saying and doing in them meetings, but I know when he get in that ring, he handle business every time. James was good with it, fam. Fundora need to cash out ASAP. I mean, I think that Spence fight is definitely, taking the opportunity of a lucrative, a financial situation that's going to benefit you. Are you want to see Train Spence? Nah, Coach Calvin. Nah, that Coach Calvin pick, though, that's like, you say that because you know how much Calvin care about the fighters that he trained. You know what he put into it, right? So I think that's why people don't think about styles or none of that when they say Coach Calvin. People just got that love for Coach Calvin and what he bring to Tank in his situation, how they gel. You figure he could do that with a guy like Errol Spence. I was saying something like Virgil, Ronnie Shields. I think I heard my bro L Dub say that Ronnie Shields, Virgil Hill. He said Virgil Hunter. Virgil Hunter is a good trainer. Barry Hunter is a good trainer. Shit. Rodzilla, what it do, family? How you feeling, bro? I mean, Blue Hustle, man, what's good with it? With it, Bud loses, well, you want to be the first person to beat Bud. So fight him now. It's more money. Future's not promising nobody. And a great point, Blue Hustle, man. That's why in this situation, if you're considering money now and the opportunity, Errol Spence is still a big name. People are mistaking the one loss for him not being a big name. He's still a big name in the sport. The one loss is not going to stop that. Plenty of people that lost in the past, that one loss ain't going to stop you from being a guy. You get what I'm saying? So, right. And like you said, nothing is promised. Tomorrow is not promised. And I say that all the time. Nothing is definite in boxing. Nothing is for sure in boxing. You get what I'm saying? So if you Fundora and you have an opportunity, who do you take? Maybe you get in there with Bud and get your ass whooped and don't even get a chance to fight Errol Spence. And he go in a different direction, right? So if you have an opportunity now to fight one of the two, both guys are considered elite. Even if you want to hold Crawford as the most elite, it's fine. But you know, Errol Spence lost to the best. So in my mind, he's still the best until somebody else show me that he's not, right? So if you got an opportunity to fight, which still is looked at as the best, you know what I mean, with some unknowns, fair. You know what I mean? You don't know what to exactly expect from Errol Spence, but you know it's going to be money that come with that. So you get to chase money and legacy. You get to chase the bag and legacy fighting Errol Spence right now. So if you have an opportunity, like you said, tomorrow ain't promised, who do you fight? Terence Crawford now? Or do you fight Errol Spence? See what I'm saying? And to keep it real, I mean, we could call it what it is. Maybe they seen what he was in his last fight and they feel like they got one. Feel like they got a name and they fighting him at the right time. And he's still a name and they can get paid. So if you're looking at it from that standpoint, what fighter do you take? See, as fight fans, we always go with the guts and glory answer. Yeah, fight Terence Crawford because he's the toughest opponent. But the fighters, I hate to break it to you, that's not what they saying all the time. Yeah, give me the toughest guy. No, they not. They like, oh, they see they can get some money. And on top of that, who can't respect, you know, Fundora for fighting Errol Spence? It don't matter if he coming off a loss. You got to fight. I mean, shit, look what Fundora was able to do coming off a loss. You get what I'm saying? Off a knockout loss. Remember? People were saying Fundora didn't deserve to be in there. How he get a title shot coming off a knockout loss? Now, I know the elbow changed the course of the fight, but look, aside from that, he fought pretty damn well. So look what an opportunity could do for you. So again, we don't know for sure that Errol Spence is cooked 100%. How do we find out? Throw his ass in there with Fundora. Throw the big fish in there and let him see what he do. It's a sink or swim for him. Simple. He get beat, then we know that he probably might not be the same fighter no more. If he rise to the occasion, then we know what kind of Errol Spence we got. We know what kind of fights we could look forward to potentially in the future. It's simple. Whatever path, I think either paths lead to a good fight. I can't sort out the politics, so I don't even give myself a headache trying to. So at the end of the day, I don't care which fight I see. I like either one. Terence Crawford, I'm standing on business. If he get the fight, I expect him to win. And you know, it's more unknowns with Errol Spence, but I think he'll do a good job in the fight as well. I think he will. Now, the question is, now, Paulie has some other stuff to say. There's one more clip. He spoke about pay-per-view, I believe, in this clip.
Tszyu fought Errol Spence Jr. Who would win? Who do you think would win? Because
again, it's too many variables with Spence. You know, the one positive variable is he says at a 154 he's going to be stronger. He doesn't have to struggle to make the weight. And he was, you know, it was pretty known news around the business that Spence struggled a lot to make 147. So the one positive, the argument for Spence is at 154 he's more fresh. He's going to be able to breathe a little bit into his body, and it'll be a better version of Errol Spence. The opposing figure is basically what everybody's been saying. Is his eye okay? Has he been the same since the surgery? Has he been the same since that bad car accident? Is he going to be the same after getting beaten from pillar to post by Terence Crawford, which also, that's the kind of loss that, you know, fighters don't really recover from once they're past 30 years old, you know? Those kind of beatings change you if they happen when you're older. You know, there's a lot of question marks. Personally, right now, if you put a gun to my head and say, okay, what do I think? I think Tszyu probably knocks him out.
You say you put a gun to his head and ask him what he think. If that was Tszyu, and that's not the clip where he was speaking about he don't think it should be pay-per-view because he don't know what they expect from Spence. So how y'all gonna pretty much set it as a pay-per-view event? You got so many unknowns and different things like that. He say he put a gun to his head. He had to guess. He said, you know, Tszyu would knock Errol Spence out. So, I mean, look, people probably felt like Tszyu was going to knock Fundora out, right? So we always figure we know or we guess how a fight is going to play out, but we still have to we still got to see the fights because what we think don't always play out, right? Who in here thought that Fundora was going to elbow Tszyu on the top of the head and he was going to be bleeding for damn 10 rounds or so in the fight? Bleeding all over the place. Like, who would have thought that? You get what I'm trying to say? So nobody could have predicted that stuff. So although, you know, I have no issue with nothing Paulie saying because everybody just say what they think. He's just giving an honest opinion of what he think. But this is still why you see these fights. You get what I'm saying? How are we going to find out where Errol Spence is at if he don't get in there with nobody to push him? How are we going to find out what Boots is if he don't get the opportunity to prove it? It's just very simple for me. Like, it's not, what is his career supposed to be over? Like, look, I ain't mad at it. Like, this boxing, this is Mr. No Tune-Up himself. I'm not surprised that he going after a guy that could be dangerous as Fundora. Make no mistake, that's a dangerous fight. That's not a guaranteed win. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just not mad at the fight either way. I respect Errol Spence chasing the fight, coming off a knockout loss. That could very well be another loss. It could. Ain't no guaranteed win for Fundora, especially. It ain't guaranteed that you'll return to form. But it damn sure ain't no guarantee that you not. And that's what I want to see. I'm banking on seeing Errol Spence back in the ring. I want to see what he could bring to the table. And I'm here for it, bro. I'm here to see Errol Spence do his thing. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, man. Fight should have been stopped. Yeah, because of that head bunt. Yeah, I thought so too. I thought so. I seen fights get stopped with less, but I felt like possibly because it was their first rollout, their first fight. I don't think they wanted it to end on a head clash. That's just me thinking that. I mean, and I don't know, both guys still was ready to push and go for it, so I don't know. Tell people to put the money up. Bud versus Boots. I would love to see that, man. I love to see it. Dante's Boxing Talk was good with it. Just call him A-Side Spence, but I believe Tim should got his rematch. Oh, man, I'm glad you mentioned that. So here's another element, though, that I read today. They said Tszyu has a rematch. It's a rematch clause. So he has an opportunity to rematch Fundora. Now, how that's gonna play out, I don't know either. So it's a lot to unpack. Everybody be jumping the gun. I'm hearing rematch clause. I mean, I would definitely want to rematch if I was him, if I lost the fight the way he lost it. Because that cut, make no mistake, that impacted the fight drastically. So they said Tszyu has a rematch clause. If I was him, I would be pursuing it. I damn sure would be pursuing a rematch clause. And I mean, the rematch, I damn sure would be wanting to fight him again. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Verbal rematch clause, which is, we'll see if how much they honor it. We'll see. I mean, tell you, favorite fighter, fight Shakur as well. Yeah, we want to see the best fights. Bogus, bro, they should have made a rematch. Tim was bloody. You heard him earlier. Tim was on his ass early. He put some hands on him. I got you, Pride PBC. I love to see that fight, man. Cause I think that's the only way you see it. If a lucrative offer is made to Bud Crawford. Other than that, you get what I'm saying? I don't know. Fundora is out to next year. Yeah, that's over with. So it's gonna be crazy to see how all this shake out, man. You know what I mean? You don't know if it's a rematch. You don't know if Bud gonna get there. It's Errol, but it's looking like Errol because he's saying they're going back to Dallas with it. So he sound like he already knows what's up. Samson says his word is as good as a verbal contract, right? So we'll see if he's staying tall on it. But he also just was saying how they'll be stupid not to fight Errol Spence. So let's see which way they go with it. Bud, Spence, and Tim can't stop the Tower Inferno. Salute to my guy Tease. The Tower Inferno, man, is a pretty crafty guy in there, bro. Pretty long, linky, you know, not, I didn't say crafty, but pretty long, linky, you know, weird guy to fight, man. He's so damn tall. But running around needing someone to put up the money, you're not a star, or other stars got to move like that. Yeah, the situation for him is a little bit strange because with talent like that, you know, Bud should never have an issue getting a fight unless it's obviously somebody ducking him. Now, I mean, the business of boxing should never be getting away with somebody that's that talented, in my opinion. As he talented as they come. I mean, he definitely would chop Sebastian ass right up at the Tower Inferno's corner. He the angry giraffe, only in height. Man, but say put the money up for Boo's fight. Start bringing up Boo's name to him. That's what he said, Mr. Empire. He did say that. Bug getting tired of that. Yeah, he raccooned him up, man. My bro Skills be saying he gave him 2 proper raccoons. He raccooned Buddy up, something nice. Come on, man. Y'all smash the like button. Is for me, we gonna keep on rolling. So yeah, man. I don't see it. I just don't know who gonna get to him first, man. Kind of get the link right quick. Hell yeah, you already know, KO. For sure. I got you, my guy. Smash that like button for your boy. We just gonna keep rolling for a little bit, man. And I've been had to argue with my pops since Saturday. I'm tired of talking about it. It's Keith Thurman fought because he would have fought Spence. We fighting Bud, fighting Bud and Zubud. And yeah, man. Yeah, man. He gave him 2 raccoons. Superman, he raccooned him up twice on both eyes. A proper raccoon, as my bro Skills call it. Skills call it a proper raccoon. That's what he gave his ass too. Proper raccoon buddy up. You know what I mean? Spence out there golden ticketed up. They mad at him. You know what I mean? Oh man, KO was good with it, bro.
Hey, what's up with you, bro? How you doing, Just?
Man, I'm chilling. What's good with it?
Chilling, man. So a couple of questions, and I just want to know if I'm tripping or not, right? So the PBC, they offered Terence Bud Crawford, Jermell Charlo, and Erislnady, and he turned it down to be a free agent, right? Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure. I want to make sure that I got that one first. So,
right,
you're a huge Shakur Stevenson fan,
right?
If Shakur Stevenson doesn't re-sign to Top Rank, do you think Top Rank is gonna let him get a Loma fight on a 1-fight deal?
Nope, which is why he wasn't gonna get no more Taya or none of them damn names with that 1 fight. So nope, absolutely not.
Cool. When Devin Haney wanted to get undisputed, did Top Rank allow him to just get 1 fight with George Kambosos?
Nope.
Okay.
2. Locked him in.
All right. So why would Premier Boxing Champions allow Terence Crawford to just get 1 fight in with Sebastian Fundora and not sign multiple fights to them?
Exactly. It's just not something that I think they typically do, and I don't think they're gonna start doing it. And I don't think he in a position where he could force their hand in that way to start doing it. Zena, what's good with it, family? So that's I'm with you. I don't see it. I mean, so they offering opportunities. Everybody just thinking they doing Bud wrong. I don't quite see it that way.
It's just business. So if they give him 1 fight, like what people are claiming he wants, which is 1 fight against Fundora, and he want to keep his flexibility. Number one, anyone with eyes knows a high likelihood he gonna whoop Fundora ass, right? So give him that 1 fight and he beat Fundora's ass. What's to keep him from doing what Canelo did to you, taking your belts and then going to another promotional company, and now you don't have nothing to offer up Tszyu, Errol Spence, Erislnady, Jesus Ramos. Like, people got to understand, Premier Boxing Champions ain't just got Fundora under their bag. They got a whole lot of other 154-pound fighters. Why would you let Bud Crawford, who doesn't want to sign to you long term, come in there and take both of them belts, and then he can now take them bitches and be like, yeah, I'm finna go fight Josh Kelly?
Exactly. And not saying he's doing that, but from a business standpoint, you got to at least consider that's how they're going to look at that. They're not going to give somebody that type of leverage over them in that situation. Like, why would they? Why would that be smart for them to do it?
Or I'm gonna let you. That's cool. I appreciate the opportunity for Fundora. I just whooped his ass. All right, cool. I'm finna go over here to Top Rank and see if I can make a deal for Xander Zayas. And now you stuck doing what? My whole point is the last person to do that shit was Canelo, and everybody. And this is how people are hypocritical, bro. And then I'll let you keep cooking. But I wanted to say this on your platform. This is how hypocritical people are, bro. When the Premier Boxing Champions allowed Canelo Alvarez just come over there and only get the Caleb Plant fight, and then when he fought the Caleb Plant fight, then they tried to offer him more fights after that, and he fucking left and went to the zone. Everybody was cooking the PBC. Oh, y'all stupid. Y'all let Canelo Alvarez fleece y'all. Y'all let him do this. Y'all let him do that. And then now, when Bud Crawford tries to do the same thing and they learn from their mistake and they get smarter, as time goes on, you're supposed to learn from your mistakes. And they're like, hold on a second, bro. We're not just going to trust your word that you'll do business with us again. We need some shit in writing. We need multiple fights. Now everybody mad at them for looking out for their own best interest. Bro, they wouldn't even let Canelo come back and only sign for 1 fight, bro.
Facts.
Canelo had to, when Canelo came back, they locked his ass down, bro.
3 fights. Yep. Facts. So again,
what people need to understand, just is that it's not that they not trying to do business with Terence Bud Crawford. Right. It's one of those things again where he want what he want and he think he deserve it, and he only wants to just stay free and he don't fuck with them like that. So he want to do one fight at a time.
Right.
It's not going to work that way. The only thing that his status means is that he gets a shot at the WBO title. That don't mean he get a shot at Fundora. So if you want to risk the PBC hand and have them make Fundora drop the belt, and you go fight Josh Kelly for a WBO, congratulations. You'll probably be a 4th division champion now. But that fight ain't gonna sell. Ain't nobody gonna be checking for that shit. And it's gonna be your own, man. He just need to bite the bullet and re-sign with them if he wants the fights. All his best realistic fights, from Fundora to Tim Tszyu, whose stock went up, to Jermell Charlo, to Errol Spence rematch down the line. All those fights are over there, bro. And trying to go around PBC and go into the sanctioning body, that shit ain't gonna work. That shit not gonna work. So he needs to bite the bullet. But that's all I got, bro. I just wanted to see what you thought on that. I'll let y'all.
Appreciate you bringing the property value up, man. Appreciate you,
Appreciate you, dog.
Much love. Salute to my guy, KO, always on it. Blue Hustle Man in the building. What's good, fam?
How you doing, boss?
Man, I'm doing all right. Y'all punch that like button, too.
Yeah, punch that motherfucking like button, man. This man deserves that. Most definitely, most definitely. I wanted to respond to Knockout, but I'm gonna leave it alone because he left the building and I can't get, I can't ask him a question.
You can still add to the what you had on it.
It's a little different. It's a little different. Now I don't agree with what he's saying to a certain extent, so that's the reason why I saying what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna leave it alone.
What you got on it? How you see it? Talk to me.
Okay, so check it out. What I see is that it's a lot of ducking going around, but at the same token, even though when you're saying what you're saying, I disagree with that because Bud should be able to do what he wants to do, just like they do what they want to do. They've been there.
Coming back. Yeah, there you go. So y'all can chop it up for sure. Y'all more than welcome. Everybody, y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. KO back in the building.
How you doing, Knockout?
Chop it up.
I'm cool, bro. What's that with you? How you doing?
Oh shit, man, just making a move and groove. How I do it. How about this? Can you give me one statement of what you're talking about? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter in any order that you brought it, but just talk about. Ask me a question so I can answer it properly.
I mean, I came back because you said you had something for me, bro.
I do have something for you. That's why I'm asking you to bring it to the
level. Go ahead. Y'all punch that like button. I'm gonna let y'all cook.
I'm asking you to, from the different point of views that you come up with. I want to be able to, I got you. So when you say
immediately,
yeah, I had to. So when you said what you said about Terence Crawford, didn't you say that he didn't he is not responsible or something like that? I just want to make sure I heard what I heard.
I didn't say nothing about him not being responsible, bro.
So what did you say? If it, just so I can make sure I understand.
I said that he's not getting that fight if Premier Boxing Champions don't want to make that fight. I said he's not getting the Fundora fight because they're looking to make a girl. And if he doesn't sign to the one fight, if he don't get one fight deal, he'll end up fighting for a WBO against Josh Kelly. That's what I said. In a nutshell. Now, what is it that you wanted to debate me on, or you had a different of opinion on, or you disagree with? Are you still there?
Oh,
Mike, check.
I think I got muted.
Okay, you good now? I can hear you. Go get him.
I don't understand it.
You cook whenever you're ready. My bad.
Oh, okay. That's a little weird. But when you said basically that he would fight a certain person, I feel like that's not true because the simple fact is, well, you know what? You could be right. I'm not gonna say that because that's not my opinion. What I'll say is this: that he should be fighting no matter what, Errol Spence or the winner And there's certain reasons why I'm saying that. Is because the simple fact is, and do you agree, or do you feel like you feel totally different that he should be fighting that person? That do you feel like he should be fighting that person that you said that he should be fighting?
He should be fighting. He should be fighting for the WBO title because he's a super champion. You got to echo, bro. But he's a super WBO champion at welterweight, which makes him the automatic mandatory up at 154 pounds. So he should be fighting for the WBO title at 154 pounds. Now, as a fight fan, my order is I want Tszyu to get his rematch. I think he deserves his rematch over Errol Spence or Terence Crawford getting the fight. Then I think Terence Crawford should get the fight at 154 pounds against Fundora, and then Errol Spence. That would be my order as a fight fan. But someone who understands the business of boxing, I know that Premier Boxing Champions is not going to let Terence Crawford just sign a one-fight deal to fight Sebastian Fundora. As someone who knows the business of boxing, I know that Premier Boxing Champions think that the Errol Spence fight is bigger than the Tszyu and Terence Crawford fight. And I know that they can make Tszyu versus the winner of Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundora, because those are all in-house fights for them. So what Bud Crawford has to do, if he wants to fight, he's going to have to play ball and sign to them long-term. If he tries to go down the route which he is going, which is this WBO route, the only thing that is going to guarantee him is that he will get a shot at the title. But he may not get a shot at Sebastian Fundora. So he'll probably end up fighting Josh Kelly. And guess what? Him and his fans better hope Josh Kelly is willing to take the fight, because this is the same Josh Kelly that got his ass whooped by David Avanesian. David Avanesian made him quit. And we saw what Bud Crawford did to David Avanesian. So that's going to be a hard sell. And will Josh Kelly step up to the plate to take a for sure loss against Terence Crawford just so he can say he fought for a world title? And next on the list, if he doesn't take the fight, Josh Kelly, Bud Crawford's going to find himself having to go right back to the table with Premier Boxing Champions, because number 2 in the WBO is Erickson fucking Lubin, who PBC offered him already, but he turned the fight down. So he's not in the best position. His position needs to be to sign with them for at least 2 or 3 fights to get the fights that he wants, because his hardball game that he's playing is not going to work to his advantage, bro. And if he forces PBC's hands, he's going to be left in a less desirable fight than just going ahead and signing up with them. That was my overall point, bro. So I don't know what there is to disagree with, but the floor is yours, bro. Whatever you disagree with, you can go ahead and cook on it, dog.
You just unmute whenever you ready, Hustle, man. You good.
All right. Well, when you explain it, it's a lot different, brother. You know, I was just going off what you said on a quick, reference of how you felt. You see what I'm saying? So when you explain it, I agree with you. I do agree with you on that point. You see what I'm saying? Because you went in more depth and talked about the different situations. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, I do agree with you.
Hey, not to cut you out, bro. Not to cut you out, bro. But didn't I just say the exact same thing twice, bro?
Yeah, he did. You probably thought he said something different. I get it.
Okay.
But tell you,
if we agree, Blue Hustle, man, I'm gonna let y'all boys keep cooking. I got some work I gotta do anyway. But y'all boys take it easy, man. Shout out to the chat, bro.
I'll be through tonight. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, but man, it's always good to build. That's what we do over here, man. So even if your opinion is different than mine, I still want you to come up here and chop it up, because somebody in the chat might see it your way too and don't want to come up here. So you might be speaking, to some other people that might see it that way. So it's always good over here. It's all good. Yeah, he did. But it just make a lot of sense. And again, I think the element that he just touching on is from the business standpoint. And again, none of us are justifying it or saying it's good or it's right or it's wrong. You just kind of exploring it from their standpoint and saying that's how they gonna move, because that's what would benefit them the most. You get what I'm saying? And that's what everybody's job is in business, is to put yourself in the best possible situation each and every time out. So anything less would be, you know what I'm saying? Just like he said, they put themselves in an unfavorable situation, and everybody jumped all over it and talked about how much they lost and they did this and gave up that. And again, when you learn from it and people see it, they're mad at it. So it's like sometimes they want you to continue. Now they learned from it. It's business. They ain't gonna keep bumping their head on that wall. Zoom verse, peace and blessings, Brody. How you feeling? Said if Fundora. Yeah, man, Fundora, man. He's a damn trick bag. He interesting fight for anybody, but who knows how long he's gonna be out now with that injury. I mean, they talking 2025. So Daniel, what's good with it? Shakur, unranked easy route. I don't know what that means, but Shakur be back in the ring. What, July 6th? Fundora wasn't on my card till 12 round. Fundora, man, he found a way, man, in the bloodbath to pull it off. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why people look at it. I think they just look at it too short-sighted. Like the dude is not. He ain't crying for no money opportunities. He gonna get them, man. This might not be Fundora. I think he got a broken nose, I think his nose was broke. Daniel come right in here hating. He come right in here with the slander. Yo, y'all be mad as hell. Why y'all be so mad at these fighters, bro? They be mad as hell. You can't call Artem a tomato can, but you can say he's relatively unknown. Like people don't really know him, right? But he got an Olympic pedigree. I don't know if he medaled, I forget, but he got Olympic pedigree for sure, man. You can't ignore that, right? Garcia, what it do, family? He gave Frank Martin an interesting fight, right? I mean, Frank Martin picked it up and closed out strong down the stretch. So again, just to run it through, just not saying that I understand 100% the business and got all the answers, but I think when it pertains to Shakur's situation, it's pretty easy to understand. From what I understand, he hasn't re-signed the Top Rank yet. He has one fight left on the contract. If y'all think that they're going to give him a parting gift on the way out, or they're going to set him up with a big name, meaning like not even a big name. Let's say like everybody was screaming Raymond Moratai, right? Why would they offer him that fight if they're not sure he's going to re-sign with them? Whereas Raymond Moratai is a guy that they can continue to push and work with and work on and build, right? Why would they put him in a fight with Shakur Stevenson with one fight left, knowing that that's a risky fight? Getting him beat on the way out would not be an easy task at all. You know what I mean? Nothing is impossible. Everybody could be beat, but business-wise, what guy do you have at 135 that you for sure is going to go in there and beat Shakur and remove that belt and keep that belt over there on side of Top Rank? You don't have nobody. So what do? You give him a fight that you don't have to pay a ton of money for. You get what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't make sense to do anything else. You get what I'm saying? If he's not going to remain on y'all side of things. So if anybody thought he was getting more tired, anybody else, you was sadly mistaken. I called this move out in advance. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's not, or they don't feel as though he's resigning, they're not going to be willing to put up a money for that type of fight. Not saying that fight going to cost so much money, but they just not going to invest in that fight. Like you got to think Moratai is somebody that they invested in. You would think, right? They pushing, obviously. You throw him in there with Shakur, not sure that he resigns. He beats Moratai and keeps the belt and take it on his way out. Now you put yourself in a dumbass situation. So I don't think they was going to do that. You know what I mean? People got to, again, as a content creator, I'm forced to try to understand these situations as much as I could. So when I speak on them, they make sense to y'all. If that don't make sense, I don't know what I left out. I think I hit everything when it comes to his situation. I don't see it. One fight left. They're not going to invest or risk putting another investment in there with him, knowing that you heard Bob Arum say on numerous occasions that Shakur, he beats all these guys. So who is he going to comfortably feel confident on his stable that he has at 135 to beat that man? Who on his way out? It's going to be tough is what I'm saying. It's not impossible, but it's not going to be an easy task, and it's going to be very risky. And if you heard Bob Arum speak, he said they take chances, but they're not gamblers. That would be the closest thing to a gamble. Throwing Shakur in there with Raymond Moratai, and then respect to him. He just fought what was his name? Zelani something, X something. I don't want to butcher his name, but we seen the guy he fought. Do anybody feel like Moratai beat Shakur after what you just seen Friday? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, but I definitely don't feel like Bob Arum do. Is that official? Shakur versus Artem? Yeah, it's official fight game, July 6th. I see all that Raymond talk is quiet. Yeah, you see it, Dante. Nah, I should rub it in because they trying to slip off the hook, but I'm gonna live and let live. I'm gonna live and let live. I ain't even gonna do it. I ain't even gonna, because I like Buddy. He put on a good fight. You know, he controlled the fight. He pretty much controlled the rounds and won convincingly, but he got hit enough. He got hit quite often in that fight. And I just don't think that dude would have had that kind of success on Shakur at all, but whatever. I mean, he still got the job done. The goal is to win. They're not all going to be blowouts. They're not going to all be super impressive. At the end of the day, he went out there and got his job done. And he move on to the next one. And let's see where they throw him in there at. But it ain't going to be no Shakur Stevenson no time soon. And I'm pretty sure people could kill all that shit after seeing that fight. Humberto dropped him. Humberto, who he dropped? Get Bud his just due. He get his just due over here, Casanova. That's my guy. Rock with Bud. You know what I mean? I just think this situation ain't for me. I don't have a favorite. Like, I just want to see people win. I want to see guys get fights, and you know, whoever get the fight is the one I want to see him fight. You know what I mean? I want to see, but I want to see what's next for Bud. You know what I mean? More tired loss. You think so? All right, that's somebody. One or two people said that they felt like he was losing. I don't think he beat Shakur before this. Nobody top rank of the zone. Yeah, I don't think so either. Fight game. And I feel like Bob Arum feels very, very similar to what we saying right now because he said it, right? So I think when you look at that, he just not going to be willing to risk other investments in there with another guy that's going to be difficult to beat. That's all. It just makes sense. That's why I say, and people always make it about ducking or being scary. Nah, you just got to make smart business moves. And especially coming from him, he's not going to make a fight with somebody that he's invested in unless he's almost, 70, 80% sure that they're going to win. This is what people don't get. And then when you see how he makes certain fights, you would understand exactly that he stays true to what he say. Again, that's what people, but again, I get it. As fight fans, we shouldn't have to, always sort through all that the political side or the quote unquote business side, but that's just what it is. Better to understand it than to be running around here talking about people turned down fights that was never offered to them. It's crazy. I still looking with them Teofimo Lopez videos of him turning down Raymond Muay. I ain't seeing him how I was seeing Shakur turn down Muay Thai. It's crazy how people are pushing narrative and not push the right information. They're pushing narrative instead. It's ridiculous, bro. He's ducking. I say ducking. By Oscar, but he fought. Yeah, Oscar fought them all. He ain't ducked no smoke. Fought the who's who, and he won a lot of fights too. And Oscar was looked at as one of the best at one time, absolute best at one time. So much respect to Oscar De La Hoya, the fighter and the promoter. He bit odd, but he's still, still putting on shows, getting it done. You know what I mean? Floyd, yeah, all them dudes in the ring, man, special talents. But we gonna have to wait and see what takes place after. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to wait and see what takes place, y'all. I want to see Big Fish back in action, but again, I don't know. Fundora being hurt, who knows if they even gonna fight? You know what I mean? Or when it's gonna be, especially being that Errol Spence already been out for some significant time. You feel like if he gotta wait on Fundora to recover, then that's an even longer layoff, and that fight becomes even more dangerous to make down the line, respectfully. So you just don't know how it's all going to play out. That's why I say, man, boxing, a lot of times they make these announcements, but don't fall through with them. Like, yeah, the such and such ordered this, WBC ordered that, WBO ordered this. Like, man, then the fight don't happen. So we'll see. Top Rank has the MDF rule, even against own fighters, so that plays a part as well. Oscar was gift wrapped to court only because of Bud's court case. I mean, look, maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe, but the only fight I think that evaded him so far is Lomachenko, and that's not a foregone conclusion that they'll never fight, right? We just gotta wait and see, you know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, but that's how boxing move, man. They want to tie you down and make sure that you rocking with them before they continue to invest in you. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So I just want to see him be wherever he can make the fights that he want, the fights that we want to see him, man. That's all. So if that's Top Rank, if that's PBC, I don't care if it's Golden Boy, the zone, it don't matter. I want to see it. But we'll find out. We will see in due time, right? The big fish that spoke, man, got a lot of people pissed off. They ain't like that, man. They like EJ getting in the ring. He coming off a knockout. He just got beat up by Crawford. Why is he gonna get a chance? They ducking Crawford. The PBC trying to box Crawford out. It's like people start with them conspiracies immediately. Not even the take into account that Fundora really could be in a situation where he got a decision to make. What if he vacate the belt and it ain't on the PBC? What if he decide to vacate the belt to fight Spence? If that's what you gotta do, why be mad? Like, I think again, for me, I look at the glass half and I'm optimistic. If it's Bud Crawford that gets Fundora next, I see a great fight. I know what Bud Crawford is going to do. If it's Errol Spence, why it's a good thing, because we get a lot of questions answered in that fight, and I think we should get a good fight. So that's where I'm looking at it. I like Bud. I want to see him get any opportunity that he earns, any opportunity that he want, any fight that he want. Like, for me, like, I want to see him get the fights that he say he won on the way out the door. Like, why not? Canelo's sitting around here bringing people up multiple weight classes and picking exactly who he want to fight. I want to see Bud get some good fights on the way, a couple good fights on the way out. 1 or 2, he said he probably got left, and that's it. I want to see it, but I'm not mad at Errol Spence for pursuing what makes sense for Errol Spence. I'm not mad at Terence Crawford for going to get what he feel like he earned. Like, it's just boxing for me. I want to see these dudes make the fights. Whoever gonna make it the best fight, let's see it. You know what I mean? Let's see it. People just be saying anything. They be mad as hell, girls. People be swole for no reason. They be coming through mad as hell. PBC is trying to shelf. They're trying to shelf Bud. They trying to cut them out. They trying to freeze them out. They're ducking them. I mean, like, yo, what? They ducked him. They ducked him for years at 47, and then he finally fought him. Look what happened. Now they're ducking him again. I'll be like, yo, what? They be serious though. Mad as hell, man. You gotta think, man. These people, these promoters, the powers that be, these guys that's in position is gonna continue to do what's best for their bottom line and their pockets. And I keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. And oftentimes that don't, necessarily go hand in hand with what we want. And that's boxing for you. It's like the most imperfect sport we got, but we love it. You know what I'm saying? Tank versus Shakur go down here. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a great fight, bro. It's gonna be a great fight. Shelton was good with it. Did the WBO order Fundora versus Crawford about Fundora's nose? How long would be out? I think Sampson said something around about 2025, possibly, Shelton. So yeah, the WBO is ordering that. But at the same time, like we always know from previous situations, just because they order something don't mean that's the next fight. But I do hear that that's what's going on. They are ordering it. PBC offered him a deal where he can get fights he won. He said no, that's on him. See, Zenith, that's the part that they're not considering too. They gave him a couple options. You say no, and then it's like, oh, but I'll take him, and that one might not even be the option. But then, we see that the WBO ordering it, but we know how that goes. So they can't say that they shitting on them and they're not giving them opportunities. And the ball was good with it, fam. PBC Doug Bud is crazy. I said, you mean how? Yeah, I'm telling you, PBC ducking Bud. They trying to freeze him out. And I'll be like, yeah. And then they be on the other side, the Bud Crawford people. Bud is doing bad business again. That's why. I'll be like, damn. I'll be mad, be too mad. I'll be loving this shit. I'll be having fun. Salute the Bud Crawford. Great fighter. I got him pound for pound #1 for what it's worth. That's how much I respect this fight game. I want to see that man get any fight that he wants. Like, if he get to Fundora first, cool. Spence, I didn't see Spence throwing his name in the hat until he said he was headed to Vegas, and I mean he wanted the winner. So again, as long as I see a good fight, I'm cool. And I just explained for different reasons. Spence will answer a lot of questions against Fundora if he's to get in there, and we'll get to see what he is or what he not. If it's Crawford, then you will see another great fight. And I think he's just going to beat Fundora up, because I just think that Bud on a different level. LEAPFROGS Boxing, the facts machine in the building. What's good, my guy? So I see the play. They don't want to wait on Fundora to recover because they know what cheat code would do. I teach you stupid. Josh Gallimore in the building was good. Josh, he said, I think Bug gonna need to come to PBC if he want to get what he's looking for, in my opinion. Just from what I'm gathering, and this is just my opinion as well. From what I'm gathering, seems like he gonna have to make some type of commitment to the PBC to get the fights that he want, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I ain't got all the answers, Sway. Trying to tell you, I shouldn't the PBC be more inclined to get any fight he wants with them since Spence turned down the rematch after Bud agreed to the 54 division. That's news right there, bro. That's news right there. Salute to my guy, LWBoxing. That's why I call him the fax machine, because he going to throw that out there. He threw that out there. LW know he about to start something. LW come in here just quite casually dropping little tidbits. Bro came in here on timing. So check it out. Because you know, word got back about that. So I did hear that was on their side of things to turn down the rematch. And I did hear that Buzz said he was cool with the fight happening at 54. But it also seems like since that point, it seemed like both parties involved are cool with what's going on and not fighting no more. A lot of people don't know that, Doug. They don't know that. So, you know, I'm glad you put it out there, but, you know, it's what's happening. So it's like next man up. So both guys are, you know, I would think they going to, the way they're going to play this, they're going to look out for the guy that they've been doing the bulk of the business with, which would be Spence. You know what I mean? It seemed like if it's a right or wrong way, the right way would be to look out for Bud, right? But we know boxing ain't the right or wrong sport, so you know. Pitbull versus Matias, fight Haney. I want Pitbull fighting anybody should be pretty much entertaining. PJ's big dog said people are saying the PBC is freezing out Bud because some of these YouTube reporters are pushing that narrative. They be like, hey, freezing them out. They're not offering them any fights. They're trying to tie him down to a slave contract. Nah, they be going in, though. Spence, like the old Spence, will break Fundora down, but a good fight. I fought up. Yeah. All true, Josh. Salute to my guy, L-Dub, man. PBC offered Lubin and Charlo and Lewis. Spence turned down a rematch. Charlo and Limbo after losing all his belts, right? And he ain't want neither of them fights, am I right? Because neither of them are what considered to be title opportunities or big enough fights for him. You know what I mean? And I know the way he felt about Charlo, seeing the way he looked. It seemed like he lost some interest there. Lubin not necessarily being the biggest of fight, no title attached. I can understand his position, you know what I'm saying? Chasing more lucrative and bigger opportunities, belts, things like that. Yeah, I mean, I just like I hate the duck word, but you could call it what it is. But I say, you know, turning it down is turning it down. And I did hear that. I did hear that. I will say I did hear it. Spence has been loyal to the PBC. They're not going to pick Bud over Spence. That's the way I see it, Aisha. I see it that same way. I see it the same way. Charles still has the ring belt. I think he beltless, bro. I think he beltless. Think Charlo beltless. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for your bro, man. Make sure you smash that like, which Charlo lost his belts and why. Annabelle, Mel Charlo. Remember, he lost the first belt. What was it? The WBO belt the minute he got in the ring with Canelo. That one he got stripped of. And then he started getting stripped of the other joints too. And that's Jamel Charles C. So what it do, family? Since Tszyu and Fundora will be out for a minute, why not do Crawford Spence 2 for the WBO? Yeah, at 54, right? I'm not against that fight ever, Dub. I'm not ever against them rematching at 54. Still some unknowns, you know what I'm saying? That Floyd versus Winky Wright fight. I think Winky Wright, although very sound defensively, just didn't have enough of a bag, I don't think, for Floyd. But maybe the size, I don't know. Floyd always found a way to neutralize dudes, but I don't know. Maybe his size or something would be an issue for Floyd. I don't know. I have to look at see their dimensions, height, reach, and stuff. But you know, it's hard to bet against Floyd, bro. And Winky Wright wasn't no nothing to play with. Caleb Plant still in the win. Sound like he won a Charlo fight. And I heard him say something about still wanting a rematch with Canelo too. Initially, Bud called for Mel, so I understand why PBC offered him. Yep. Moving is a WO ranking, so that fight makes sense too. Yep. You see what I'm saying, Teach? That's why it's just like I like being privy to that information. I like knowing that they actually did offer him something, so it ain't just them like this freeze out thing that everybody talking because it ain't the specific fight that they feel like he should get. But again, when nobody calling for no Fundora and Bud Crawford until he won, right? So if he want that, I want what these dudes want. I don't care. NAH, what's good with it? Fans are mad at Canelo for ducking mandatory, not fighting the best. Should be saying for PBC ducking mandatories, preventing the best, fighting the best. The difference is though, NAH and some of those other situations where you're saying like people ducking the mandatories. It's not really ducking mandatories when you participating in like unifications and you know what I mean, undisputed matches and things like that. That's not, in my opinion, that's not ducking mandatories because you know unifications trump mandatories. So I think the situation is a little different. And with Canelo, he's just like a one man, you know, picking crew. He just get to really selectively choose who he want to fight and who he don't want to fight. You know what I mean? So I think my energy is pretty much the same. I just want to see the best fights. I think he's held to the standard because pay-per-view star, he make a shit ton of money, and people expect to see him actually earn the money or challenge himself with the people that's deserving. Whereas in these cases, like I've heard people say, oh, Spence hadn't fought a mandatory and this and on, but he was chasing belts. So I can understand his reasoning for not fighting mandatories because he was fighting unifications and stuff like that. So I don't, you know what I mean? It all depends. I think his situation is just a little different. And be free again and not trust any promoters. Free agent. Telling you it's tough. Did Castano retire? No, I don't think so, bro. I have seen a video. Dub sent me a video of Castano a little while back. Matias fights. That's crazy. Little joke of Pitbull and stops him. That'd be a hell of a bang out because them dudes ain't gonna take a backward step. That's gonna be that'd be a crazy brawl. It'd be a shootout, I'll tell you that. They gonna be brawling, trying to knock each other out. That'd be crazy to see that fight, man. Imagine Matias fighting Pitbull. Matias fighting Pitbull is crazy, yeah. Yeah, punch the like button for me, man. Punch the like button. But nah, I will hope not. Castano better have something left in him. I know that Charlo win took something out of him, but he should be all right, you know? He should be all right. He fought a damn tough fight. You know what I mean? He fought hard. He scrapped. He went down. You put the work in. You pay your dues to the A side. Being able to duck comes with it. This mandatory took step aside money too. That's the real why he didn't fight it. IBF mandatory. That fact. Also fact. So it's like, you know what I mean? He just wasn't necessarily like ducking him per se. You get what I'm saying, Dub? I don't look at Spence as a guy that was trying to duck any mandatory for any reason. Now it's different. It's situational, right? It go from person to person. Everybody's situation don't be quite the same. But I don't know. I just hate ducks because it's overused. Like right now, like think about it. In a matter of a couple of weeks, I've heard Tszyu is ducking Bud Crawford, Fundora is ducking Bud Crawford, the PBC freezing them out. They ducking Bud Crawford. Like it's like, what the hell, man? Oh, I can't. It's driving me duck crazy right now. Danny Garcia was Spence WBC mandatory, right? Oh yeah, and he fought him. So people ain't they ain't factor that one in either. That's why I say with Spence it'd be a little bit different, man. He wasn't ducking mandatories per se. God self, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? Salute to my guy. Bud thinks he's running, not with the PBC. And you know what? It's like it's crazy, right? Because I just think that, you know, he's just trying to do what he feel like is best for him. I mean, and position himself the best way. And it might not go over well with them, with them being the PBC, right? So they might have different plans, right? He might be trying to do stuff much differently. You know what I'm saying? So we'll find out, you know. We'll see in due time how all this shake out. That, like I said, don't nobody know for sure who gonna get who first. You don't even know what's up with Fundora. He still got to recover. So even though seeing Spence jump in the ring and you know, pretty much show like the golden ticket, like he got next, it's entertaining and it's cool, but still gotta let, you know, the business, I guess, sort itself out. And with Fundora, like he went out there and won. That elbow changed the tide. Like I said, I think if it hadn't been for the elbow, I got Tszyu winning. But the elbow did happen. Fundora pulled it off, but he got touched up in that fight. You know what I mean? He had a couple black eyes and I think a broke nose. So he took some punishment in that fight and he going to be out for a little bit. Mexicans, Pitbull, Zordo, Sebastian Fundora, and Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez had a great fight. It was good. It was cool to see Oscar Valdez win. It was cool to see that. Spence needs to get a fight this year. That's what I'm saying, Aisha. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's another thing. See how we don't think it through? See how we just see the headlines and we react without even thinking them through? Like, stuff have to take place for them fights to happen. Fundora will have a decision to make. You get what I'm saying? I think in terms of vacating, if Terence Crawford is really pursuing him, you get what I'm saying? So he still got a hill. Like, I don't know, man. It's going, but, and then again, Spence, like you said, he been out for a while already. So is he really going to risk more inactivity? You going to sit out on the sideline even longer? You get what I'm saying? And while you waiting for somebody to heal up, it's going to be tough. So it's going to be interesting to see who fights who next. You get what I'm saying? Who Spence going to fight next? I know they saying Fundora, but he hurt. He injured. Predictions about Hitchens fight plays out this weekend. Gertz, I like Hitchens fight this weekend, man. Gustavo Lemos, pretty solid boxer, good fighter. I think Hitchens wins, though, on points. You know what I mean? He not a big puncher by any stretch, but he a hell of a boxer, man. I think he's going to box this dude. I think he'll box him to a points decision. I think Duke could give him some good work, but I don't expect Hitchens to lose this fight at all. Watch the fight, the elbow. Mizzou fought trying to bull rush. Yeah. I mean, the elbow was unintentional. Like, I don't fault like Fundora, like he did something wrong, right? Like he went and did it himself. But it's just one of them situations. You fighting a guy that much taller than you. The fact that you can even position yourself that low where his elbow could be over top of your head is, you know. So Tszyu was trying to find a way to close that gap, and he ran into that elbow. You know what I mean? So it was an unfortunate situation. I don't think Fundora did nothing wrong, but he was boxing his ass off, though. He was boxing. There was a lot of bloodshed and broken jaws and noses. Like, man, yeah. Yo, is Mendoza jaw broke, bro? Tell me Mendoza jaw had to be broke, dog. I ain't hear him because I didn't hear him say anything because I had my joint muted. But was his jaw broke? His jaw had to be broke, yo. Mendoza jaw had to be broke. His jaw was like this. Mendoza was like this after the fight was over. I'm like, yo, bro, man. Yeah, Tim kind of he caused it. He was, you know, he definitely contributed to it. Tim was good with it. It's just gonna knock him out and down on business. Yeah, I think Hitchens gonna win for sure. Mendoza's gotta be broke. Yeah, it gotta be, bro. His joint gotta be. It was like this. I mean, I think they said his jaw was broken. It had to be. I was like, bro. Then they was talking about stopping, and I'm like, nah, don't stop it. Don't. Somebody said they was gonna stop it. I'm like, nah, they can't stop it, bro. You can't stop the fight. Can't stop the fight, bro. But man, broken jaw. Tim had a gash in the head. He's bloody. Fundora was bleeding from his mouth, his nose. Like there was blood everywhere, bro. A bunch of blood, man. Blood bad for sure, man. They dudes went in there and put everything on the line. He said Mendoza was looking like Quagmire. Nah, bro. Not Quagmire with the big chin. Because his jaw with the big jaw, his joint was like that. Now he had a fist on the side of his joint, like, you know what I mean? It was wild. It didn't look good. It didn't look good, y'all. But no, truth be told, yeah, he is a soldier. He tough as hell. He easily one of the toughest fighters in boxing. Brian Mendoza, easily one of the toughest fighters in boxing. Fundora and Wardley got their nose broke. Wardley got his nose broke too, fighting Fraser Clark. R. Stokes was good with it, fam. Fundora finally fought the way he was supposed to. Yeah, right. You've noticed that utilizing the height, the reach, establishing some range, using his jab. think he learned, man. I think that knockout forced him to utilize his gifts more. I think the knockout forced him. I think the knockout forced his hand, y'all. The knockout forced Fundora to box more. And I think it's gonna serve him best moving forward. They fought yesterday, Worley versus Clark. Yeah, they fought to a draw. They fought to a draw. It was a lot of boxing last week. A lot of boxing last week. A lot of boxing. Worley and Clark was the best fight of the weekend. You got some good ones. And that's high praise right there, Dub, because it was some great fights this weekend. It was a lot of Sinisa Estrada and Yokasta Valley got in there and mixed it up. That was a good fight for Undisputed. A loss helps sometimes for sure. He uses height. Yeah, it's like he learned. He learned. It's like he learned a little bit. That's what you like to see, though. It's what you like to see. And again, a lot of people saying, a lot of people said, a lot of people were saying, he didn't deserve a shot coming off a knockout loss, and look how he went out there and fought. So maybe people might rethink Errol Spence getting a chance, right? Coming off a knockout. You know what I mean? There's some weird people on YouTube, dude. It's some weird people on YouTube. I don't think PBC should have expected that card to come out so good. Cause yeah, I'm telling you, it did. I thought it came out real. I thought it came out real good. You know what I'm saying? I thought the card came out damn well. You know what I'm saying? Real good. I thought Fundora made a great replacement for. I think he made a great replacement for Keith Thurman, and I told people that fight because there's no way you're telling me Keith Thurman gets in there with Tszyu and that fight plays out like that. So this is when I say maybe the card in itself didn't have the name recognition that pay-per-view cards typically have, but it had the matchups. And never forget, it's about matchups, good boxing. I don't care about names as much as I care about the matchups. The matchups were good. You get what I'm saying? Tszyu and Fundora gave you your money's worth. It was a bloodbath. They fought to the end. They definitely could have stopped that fight with that cut, but they let it rock. You know what I'm saying? They let it rock. Yeah, I like Kermel, man. Good, solid 8 rounds for him. Elijah Pierce was in the shootout. Yeah, he was, Dub. What you think about it? Did y'all catch Elijah Pierce? He got knocked down in this fight, but I know some people ain't going to tell the whole story. He got knocked down. It looked like he almost fell out the ring for a second. He got knocked down, but Elijah Pierce got back up. He cleared the cobwebs, man. He stepped to dude and got his man up out of there impressively. So again, some people make, being knocked down is not a negative, bro. You got to learn how to respond in those moments, and better sooner than later. Better you learn, you get tested and face some adversity and a win, and that's what Elijah Pierce went through. I mean, he got dropped, got knocked down. I mean, got up, shook the cobwebs off, and stopped his man. It was impressive. Haven Brady fought O'Shea Jones. Haven Brady got a stoppage. Another good win for him. I see him improving. That work with Bozy is definitely showing. The matchup's made for great fights. Zenith, I was saying it the whole time, bro. I thought that the card in and of itself, when you hear pay-per-view, you usually look and you'll have that big name or so. And I felt like Keith Thurman was that, and he dropped out. So we didn't have the big name recognition that pay-per-view has, but we had matchups that made for what any big name that was missing. The matchups made up for it. I don't care what you say. You can say what Rolly is or what he not. Him and Pitbull made for an entertaining fight for as long as it lasts until Pitbull stopped him. It was fun to watch. Mac Truck got his fight. Richard Torres got a fight as well. Richard Torres be doing people filthy, man. Mac Truck got a win. Another one. He put in some work too. There was a lot of boxing last week, man. It was a lot of boxing. From the preliminary on, I'm telling you, all the fights was good, bro. I watched more time in the PBC card and see the other fights. Oh no, they did everything. We had a complete good week. Aisha fights. They was all good. More Ty went out there and did his thing. Like I said, I think if he ready for people, put him in there. If he calls, you call him out and they make a fight. Let's see it. But he definitely needs some work. Thank them for not allowing a bunch of talking in between the fights help. Yeah, they ain't overdo it, Zena. They didn't overdo it. They didn't overdo it with the talking for sure. Pierce fight was fun for on the zone. Yeah, them overtime cards be pretty good too, man. Elijah Pierce had to dig deep a little bit, you know what I mean? Had to battle back from that knockdown. Camaro got the perfect Philly shell though. Yeah, as he continued to grow and get more experience, I suspect he'll sharpen up on that even more because that's something I know it's just going to take a long time to perfect. Yeah, the pace of the PBC card, right? The rollout was good, Aisha, and I think that they could have stopped the fight for that cut, but I think they considered this being their first card, first rollout, and they just didn't want to leave it in bad taste by ending the card too early. You get what I'm saying? Ending it way too early for no reason. Let it rock. You know what I mean? Yeah, good card from top to bottom. That's why I say, man, that type of and the matchups all made sense. Like Rolly and Pitbull was somewhat competitive. Rolly tried, but Pitbull just was relentless, man. He was on demon time, bro. Opulent. What's good, family? How you feeling, bro? Blessings, Brody. Yeah, it was a solid card. Good rollout for the first card of the first pay-per-view of the Amazon Prime. I liked it, bro. I did. Yeah, good pace, good matchups, good fights, good production. PBC right back doing what they've been doing, man. Back like they never left. That's what I like to hear. You chilling, bro? You know you probably got some good weather where you at. Yeah, PBC did good, man. It's a win for boxing, man. It's a win for boxing, not just for PBC, but for boxing as a whole, man. Put on a good show, man. Good show with good cards, good events, and then the last fight. They went the distance. They gave you your money's worth. Nobody got knocked out. They was bloody from round 2 on. Put that mask on. Sheets fans went, wow, yeah. They love him, Teach. They love him. They love Pitbull, man. I'm telling you, Pitbull from the trenches, man. That's why I say Annabelle boxing is winning as a whole. Yeah, they said his IG blew up a little bit too. Man, yo, Pitbull doing this thing, man. It's good to see people that come for nothing win. I mean, he got some entertaining fights to make moving forward at 40. We're gonna see. I mean, I want to see him in there with some people. He said he'd fight. What did he say? Devin Haney. Did he say Matias? He said some names. And Broly was hitting Pitbull, right? Yeah, I thought he shook him up a couple times, Mr. Improv. I think he shook him up a couple times, but he kind of walked through though. You know what I'm saying? He kind of walked through. Way more tired. Nice. It's a core. Make light workout. Now we'll put him back in. Yeah, Josh. The only problem is with more tired, they're not going to invest in that fight with Shakur having that one fight left on Top Rank if he ain't resigned yet. That's the problem with that fight and why it ain't probably more than likely going to be made. Haney Pitbull, entertaining because of the style. The styles, diversity and styles, the total contrasting styles. It'll be fun to watch. But again, Haney got the tools to make Pitbull work and make it tough for him, though. That's the thing. But Pitbull also got tools to push Devin Haney, right? But I can't. It'd be tough for me to pick against him in that fight. But Pitbull is a live dog, right? Because of what he brings to the table, and he could hurt you. Man, he could hurt you if he catch you. Man, he could tell. He really could touch it. He touch your chin, he could really hurt you. Top dogs when it comes to boxing, not change anytime soon. I'm telling you, they still doing their thing. Right. Styles make fights, especially when you're able to implement said style. Yes, sir. The Pitbull, though. Yeah, man. Nah. It was refreshing to see, but I felt a little bad for Rolly. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Felt a little bad for Rolly. I felt a little bad for him. Salute to my guy, Mr. Improv, man. Who was the kryptonite for Haney? What's your opinion? Kryptonite? It's tough to say what his kryptonite is because he hasn't lost, right? I think guys that are comparable to him in age and athleticism will give him his best challenges, if that makes sense, moving forward. A certain type of pressure fighter give him, some challenges. I don't want to say kryptonite because he hasn't lost, right? But he definitely got things in there that can make a fight tough for him. But telling that dude is a really disciplined fighter, and that's why he has the kind of style he can make it difficult for most guys to be able to beat him, because he's just more disciplined in that regard than they are, and he know how to stick to a game plan and do what works. He know how to figure out what tools in his toolbox is going to work, and then he going to put them joints on display. You know what I mean? Even if he got rinse and repeat, that's what he going to do. So Haney got the kind of style that you know what I mean? But everybody has the areas of weakness. Like, don't get me wrong. Again, athletic fighters, guys closer to his age, things like that with speed, you know what I mean? Physical advantages and differences make those fights entertaining. Subriel, entertaining fight for Devin Haney. The contrasting styles, Subriel being a come forward pressure fighter, Dev being a pure boxer. Styles alone make the fight fun, right? Is Subriel's pressure going to burst pipes on the night, right? Is he going to find a way to, you know what I mean, walk Dev down? Is Dev going to keep him on the outside at the end of the jab and outbox him for 12, right? What's going to happen? Teofimo is very athletic, right? Comparable in age, right? Close in or around the same exact age. Young, athletic, got power, right? Got speed, reflexes. Those kind of fighters, I don't want to call it kryptonite per se, because he hasn't lost to these guys, but those are the guys that's going to give him the toughest challenges for different reasons, right? For me, so we'll see. I mean, if you're a complete fighter, you definitely can give him a run for his money, but he's still yet to fight some of these people, so we'll see. Ranked 140. I don't know. I never ranked 140. I never really thought about it, but just looking at it, like, if you go from the champions, I would have to say Tszyu is probably the most proven. I would have to say Tszyu is the most proven. And then, because I don't really care for the rankings, but Tszyu is the most proven. I feel like out of the champions, Subriel might be the most dangerous. I know Pitbull making an argument for that nowadays after that Rolly stoppage, but I think Subriel is the most proven to be dangerous, right? Tszyu is the most proven fighter with the wins. I think that's, he kind of got a slight edge with the wins over people. And we going to have to see what Devin Haney is. You know what I mean? He's still, making his noise as well. So I never rated or ranked 140, but the champions are pretty much of some of the best in the division. Like, you got a couple like honorable mentions, people like Gary Anton Russell, Richardson, Hitchens. Those dudes that's not champions yet, but you expect them to be probably competing for a title at some point in the near future. So 140 is stacked with a lot of talent, for sure. Teofimo versus Pitbull might be the one. Anybody that fight Pitbull gonna have their hands full, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be hell for them. It's gonna be entertaining as hell to watch, though, how they deal with him, because you already know what he coming with, and for you to deal with that, it's certain things that you have to execute in the ring, or it's going to be rough for you. Simple. Most supposed to fight at 140 is Matiz versus Pitbull. I think so too. The rest are good ones, but that one, fireworks, for sure is in it. I was thinking that too, because of the styles. You get what I'm saying, bro? They're not backwards. They're not a step back type of fighter. They're not I'm going to use the ring and box you. And they're not chess players. You get what I'm saying, Zenith, at all. Subriel is not a chess player. Like, I don't even want to say they play checkers, but they fight. They're not chess players. You know what I'm saying? They're not ring generals. You know what I'm saying? They're not fleet-footed guys. They're not, these boxing pure boxers by any stretch. They getting in there to bang, and that's a slugfest. That's a knockout written all over it. I just don't see how a fight like that goes 12 rounds with two people being in each other's kitchen the way they would be. Like that. That'll look crazy. Man, that's a fight I hope we can get. Why not? Pitbull just threw his name in the hat. He said he here now. Pitbull just made himself a player at 140, whether people would like it or not. He knocked Rolly out impressively, took his belt. Now he calling for smoke. Let's see it. Make it look easy. Team Dev Core, Ortiz and Tank will be Pitbull, but they're going to need this shit in order. Oh, I mean, look, he'll push all of them. He can push all of them. He already pushed Tank, even, obviously Tank still had the one hand, but he can push him. I don't think he'll ever beat him. I don't see him beating a style like Core. I don't see that. Teofimo, same deal, man. Like, those certain guys, man, they got something different. Like, I just don't expect to see the matchups. Like, could you imagine Tszyu and Pitbull though? Man, so style wise, it's a funny fight to watch. But Tiz might beat Tszyu and Dev. Those are 50-50. Gary Antoine needs to be talked about more. Yeah, because he got 100% KO ratio, hasn't lost a fight. He definitely need to be spoken about more. Like, the real ones know, we always talk about Gary Antoine because we know what he could potentially be as long as he keep getting better, and I think he will. Are you Stevenson for Pitbull? I think it'd be like the Bull versus the Matador, Mr. Impride. But I do think, you know, Shakur, just like he always is, responsibly, defensively, that's the fight to be on your P's and Q's. Don't let him land. Man, because he got some power. I don't care what you say. Pitbull got some real power, bro. But Shakur and Pitbull will be like a bull and a matador type of, I think, because of the style and how he'll be looking to push the pace, I don't think Shakur will give him what he's looking for by standing in front of him. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll frustrate him. I can see him frustrating Pitbull. Pitbull, just like in any fight, he can have some moments, but I don't think Shakur would allow enough of those moments in a fight like that with him. I could see him picking Pitbull apart. And he could just, I think the things that he do well is the things that give Pitbull issues. Pure boxing, being able to have feet consistently, knowing what to do, knowing what move to make defensively to get out of the way to avoid being hit. That's why when you hear how his father said it'd be like a dog chasing a cat, that's telling on yourself. Think about it. You got these people that's be in the gym watching this guy. You already know stylistically he's going to be a headache for him. Like, he's not going to be able to catch up to him is what you're telling me. So, yeah, you're not even confident that he can win that fight. I'm definitely not going to pick him to win. You get what I'm saying? Because if that wasn't the case, then you'll be looking to fight him. Especially with him having a belt, you'd be looking to fight him. You know what I mean? But they think about money, and I ain't mad at him because ever since hearing that tortilla story, I respect it. Look, Pitbull, get your bread, bro. Get your bread. Attention to 140, 135 looking slow for Tank. Nah, 135 is never looking slow, bro. You got to understand, Tank, like we was talking about this before, salute to the rise. Like, not only do he move the needle, he is essentially the needle. Tank is must-see TV, and it's an event every time he fight. Like, no disrespect to anything anybody else is doing, right? Respectfully, these people have put on fights, right? And it be event, fight cards or whatever the case, however you want to phrase it. Tank, when he fights, it's an event. It's just something a little different. It's a little different element to it. And people are genuinely waiting to see him fight because people want to see him lose. Some people just want to see him fight. Some people definitely want to see him win. Some people just want to be part of the event that it's going to take place when the Tank Davis fight. So because of that, because of his impact single-handedly as a fighter, like, the division is always going to be buzzing because he's there. People just have a strange way of looking at it. Like, nothing really changed. There's still a ton of talent there at 35. People just not acknowledging it. You get what I'm saying? So, nah, 35 ain't changing. 140 is just being talked about because it should. You know what I mean? 135 has been talked about so much in the last few years. Like, rightfully so, for another division to start really shining and getting some light shed on it. And what better division than 140? Because it's a ton of talent there, and it's a lot of matchups that, we can see take place. There's a lot of mixing and matching, good fights to be made. Hey, baby. Miss up. Hey, baby. What's up? What you doing? He was eating. You eating? I think Stevenson, Cash P. 140 is being talked about on YouTube. True. They want Tank right now. They need to come down. The fighter's trying to run out weight because they know they're going to board him or try to force him up. Yeah. The thing is, though, real quick, just a quick notion to all the people that think he's so worried about weight. Just know he fought somebody that was, 165 on fight night in the ring already. So he damn sure ain't scared. But dudes are going to do what makes sense for their careers and their business. You get what I'm saying? And Tank, like, he been established. He's at 135, and that's just where he's going to be at, rightfully so. That's where he belongs. Hey, baby. Let me move Jay. Baby. What you eating? What you got? What you got, baby? What you got? Marco, get out of here. Say hey. Say hey, chat fan. We gonna get on here and start spitting, bro. Yoda, what's good with it, fan? I think Pitbull can beat Tszyu. I mean, the thing is with Pitbull, Yoda, is he got a style that can trouble anybody respectfully, right? He can trouble you. He can push the pace. He can make it interesting, right? And if he lands, he can hurt you. So I think Tszyu could do enough things right to win a fight with him. Boom. God, there's big head. Crazy. But yeah, but Tszyu's a trick bag, man. He 135. Tank Shakur Lomas to pay the Frank. Moritai Santos. Yep. Kid Austin. Yep. Keyshawn, they're more likely to actually fight. I'm telling you, they got a lot of them. Salute to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all, family. We just rolling through. We about to wrap up shortly. Ace, salute to my guy. Salute to the fam. Dre Noble. Kid Austin versus who? Shit, Kid Austin versus anybody. They keeping the kid active is what I like, man. Kid Austin shooting for the top while continuing to put the work in and winning. That's all you can ask for out of them. You know what I'm saying? Keep winning. Keep shooting for the top. Keep beating up the best available guys possible, and just keep progressing in your career till you get that title shot. I like Kid Austin. Shakur pepper up Pitbull. Me too. I think he'll keep him. I think he'll keep him on the outside. I just think Pitbull would be too wild for Shakur. I think Shakur too smart for him for that style. Like that's trying to come in close. Now look, he's a short guy, so he can present challenges for anybody. He can get off and hit anybody, right? But I just think defensively, Shakur is responsible and sharp enough, and he understands boxing well enough to know which moves to make to deal with a guy like Pitbull just trying to pressure and throw shots, big shots, hooks, and stuff like that. Like, I think stylistically, you gotta be more technical to give Core more trouble. I think pressure is just one element. I think that could present a challenge for him for sure. It won't be. It's not an easy fight. That dude can make things crazy for you, and he gonna swing hard. He's swing on weird angles as sometimes them punches come from when you least expect it. Pitbull is a little tricky guy to deal with, I would suspect. So, but just that very upper echelon of boxing, the Haneys, Tszyu, like I just don't feel like I can lean toward him beating those guys. You know what I'm saying? But he can make anybody have a tough night. 2 140 guys, and I'm talking about making that fight for sure. Chop priest. To my bro, salute to my baby girl, the queen, Miss JusDue in the building. Appreciate you, baby girl. Let's see you popped in here, snuck in back door. I'm so impressed with Mo. He was taking a lot of shots. I don't know. Look at it this way, Yoda. I ain't trying to change your mind. Just give you something else to think about. Carmel Moten, 17, getting a little bit of TV time. First 8-rounder. Fighting a guy who was 7-0-2, got 9 fights, pro experience. You get what I'm saying? 7-0-2 guy that was durable, tough, wasn't laying down, coming to fight. What you seeing is Moten just going through, just not even the growing pains. It's just, growing pains for lack of a better term. Like you're gonna see him, some things happen in there, but what you can see is that no point in that fight was he at risk of losing or was he in trouble, right? You get what I'm saying? So that's what, and then you just look for improvement from fight to fight. That's his third fight. He's 17. So he got a ton of time. He literally a baby in there. You get what I'm saying? So, and think about it, the bar is still set high for him. You know what I mean? I just wish they stopped calling him the next Tank. They gotta cut that. Don't do that. It's not even necessary. He the one and only Carmel Moten. If I ever interview him, that's exactly what I'm gonna tell him. You don't have to be the next Tank when you could be the one and only you. The one and only you is always be better than any carbon copy of anybody else, bro. So I just hate the Tank comparison. I get it. He light skinned, whatever. He feel like he's strong. He got power, but they different fighters, man. And Carmel is He got a hell of a motor. He understands boxing very well at this stage of his career. And just let him build. He don't got to be the next Tank. Why? You know, is Tank still actively like Tank ain't retired? What the hell we mean next Tank? Tank, we still got the one and only Tank. And let's have the one and only Carmel. Let him build. Let him keep winning. I like what I see from him. I'm going to keep watching him. You know what I mean? They got the right people promoting him. He got the right idea. He lived a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? He's smart, young. He gonna keep learning. I like him. I like what I see from him. So you just, you know what I'm saying? I always consider all them things. Very young kid, man. Salute to the Queen Commissary. Peace and blessings. And dope build you had over there, by the way, earlier this morning today. Pardon me, forget the time. But yeah, y'all was cooking. Great panel over there. Good topics y'all was cooking on. Let the young man be the next him. I say it's always better than being the carbon copy of anybody else. Like that, you always gonna miss the mark when you shooting for that. And I know he ain't trying to do it, but people do it. And just because they shorter, light-skinned guy, that's not enough, bro. He don't fight shit like Tank to me. Nothing like him. None like him. When I watch him fight, I don't be like, it look like Tank. No, it look like Carmel to me. That would it look like. Tank fight like Tank. I don't see too many people that fight like him. He fight like he got a style of his own, and Carmel fight like himself. He busy. He throw a lot of punches. I don't know. That dude got a crazy motor. He different. And he young as hell. So just let him build. You know what I mean? Tank is Tank. Carmel is Carmel, bro. And that's a compliment. Being the one and only original version of you instead of being a copy of anybody else, always a better option. You know what I mean? I know they're going to set the bar to an extent. You dealing with Mayweather, so you're not going to be able to escape the comparisons completely. But if I was him, I would definitely tell people that when they say it. Right now, he probably look at it as a compliment, but don't overdo it. Like, he's him. Give him credit for being him, not Tank. You know what I mean? I just can't. I appreciate you, Karma. Always, Queen. Don't work too hard over there. And my dog's still cooking up. Yeah, man. Y'all know how we do. Tank versus Carmelo, the next Floyd versus Canelo. Sheesh. I just don't ever see it happen. He's too young. I don't think he's just at a much different point in his career. But Carmelo gonna have some smoke as he continue to work. Watch, it's gonna be some good fights for him to be in. And just the most important thing is he just understand and live a lifestyle. That's important, bro. He stay in the gym, always focused. He humble but confident. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you can tell with when he fights. So I like him, man. I like him. I want to keep seeing them build on Carmel. Rain and peace and blessings to the Queen. How you feeling? Jared Anderson gonna be at the Prince Gym in Houston selling merch next week for all my H-Town partners. Salute, Rob. Yeah, man. Front line, what it do? Can't compare Carmel to Ting until you get that Diddy hug. You stupid. I ain't gonna do my boy like that. To the the Raj family, man. Damn, I missed my guy senior pop through. Man, you stupid, bro. But nah, Carmel, man, Carmel doing this thing. I like to see him go out there and perform. And again, he probably learned more in the 8 rounds that he just got. It's the first time he went the distance. It's only his 3rd fight. First 8 rounder, he got the whole 8 in. Probably learned more in that one fight than he did in the other 2. You get what I'm saying? That's gonna work wonders for him. And you heard what he said. Look, I could have won more rounds. I could have won 12 if I needed to. I like that attitude. Yeah. Tank already said he don't have that many fights left before he done. Carmel might be the next gen up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You might, you know what I mean? So that's why I say just let him be him. I'll be getting it, but I've just never been big with. I understand, although it could be a compliment, I still think the ultimate compliment for a fighter is recognizing them as the one and only them, whoever that may be, if that makes sense. Yeah, you can compare people to the greats of yesteryear, but a lot of times with those comparisons, they be unrealistic and they don't meet expectation, that we miss the mark. So I think it's always a bigger compliment to call somebody the one and only version of them, and you recognize them as the talent they are, rather than looking at them, assessing their talent, and only being able to compare them to somebody else instead of just saying you are who you are. It's just that simple for me. I mean, Carmel is who he is. An improving fighter, young talent, hell of a talent, got a hell of a motor. He like to fight, strong, he busy. throw with both hands. He got good feet. He moved. Got good defense early already. I like him. Took some shots, but not nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Took some shots and nothing crazy. But good. He had a good opponent. That's what I'm saying, Zine. If they don't get it, you just factor it in. 17 years old. Got a guy with 9 fights under his belt to a guy that's coming in with his 3rd fight. That stuff like that matter when you early in your career. That pro experience that guy got, that's to be accounted for. And this dude is 17 going in there doing that, like with ease. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. He made that fight look smooth, like he didn't have a tough time at all. I mean, good workout for him. Good workout. As what they call it, good bump. As they call it, good bump. That's what that was. I think Tank last year, boxing would be 2027. By the way, Floyd was 13 years older than Canelo, if I'm not mistaken. 36 and what was it, 23, something like that. Yeah, I think Canelo was what, 23. Floyd was like 36, something like that. I like him, man. I like him. I think sometimes, you know, that's why I say don't set the bar too high. Like, don't keep saying Tank and then he go in there and people don't see Tank. You get what I'm saying? Because he not. Like, I'm telling you, anybody really studying him, like, that's casual shit. He ain't Tank. That's not Tank, and that's not taken from him. He Kermel, I hate that. You watch him, you're like, that's how Tank used to do it. You know, he got some similarities. Don't get it wrong, but don't overdo it, man. Don't overdo it. Don't set people expectations for him to be Tank, and then you come in and you see something different, and it still be great, but you can't identify with it because you spent the whole fight, the whole 8 rounds expecting to see Tank Davis when you, in fact, not going to see him because that's not Tank. I hate that. I hate that bad, as a matter of fact. I ain't going to lie. It ain't Tank. Kermel, keep beating ass, bro. Baby 8, know what I mean? Keep doing your thing, man. And salute to the Rise podcast because, again, they're going to have Kermel on tonight, I believe. Kermel is going to be on tonight. They'll be chopping it up. I'm going to make sure I go over there and chop it up. And salute to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. And y'all go make sure y'all tap into my good brother Hardcore Boxing News at 8 o'clock in less than a half an hour. Kind of like AB right now. I don't know. I just think I just see something different in him. He just fight a little bit different. Close to Inoue style and Tank. It's like he got a mixture of things, right? Like he got a nice blend. And I think just let him continue to get the body of work, like before you can make the legit comparisons. I just think it's very early, and it take more for him to be light-skinned and be getting pushed by TMT to be Tank, right? I think, again, the bigger compliment is recognizing him as the young talent that he's becoming, that he blossoming into, that he's building to become, then keep trying to put some unrealistic expectations that he's supposed to be Tank Davis in the ring. Kermel said that in the interview I saw on Champ Side. He's not the next nobody. Love it, man. Yes, sir, man. Salute the Champ Side, too, man. Salute the Champ Side, man. I love it, man. That's what I'm saying. You ain't the next nobody. You the one and only you. And I mean, I want all fighters to push that. Like, I know when people say I'm all of them rolled up in one, and that's cool for, you know, shock value and talking your talk. But always don't ever lose your identity thinking you the next somebody when you could be the one and only you. You can never lose yourself being the one and only you, bro. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you could set some unrealistic expectations or some unrealistic pressure on yourself trying to be the next somebody without, you know what I mean? Just do you. That's all I mean. Like, yeah, you can steal this or that from somebody's game, but still be you. Never you lose your individuality to try to be like somebody else, man. Big B-Lo, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you in the building. Shakur said, not the next nobody either. People comparing themselves to other names. It's annoying. Yeah, just be the one and only you. You can never go wrong there, Zenith. For better or for worse, you can't go wrong. You go out being you. You go out being you. You want to say what's up? Back up then, punk. You want to say hi? Bro. You want to say, yeah, you can never go wrong being the one and only you, bro. Ever. Salute to the Queen Aisha and the Cash App supporting the grind. As always, salute to you, Queen. Appreciate you.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
To the Queen, appreciate you, Aisha, as always, man. Just back enjoy what I was looking at in the ring. His hand speed, his footwork was on point. Dude was trying to escape with Camelo and let him do it. He busy, Chop. He got a motor. He busy. He cut the ring off well. He got a lot of skills. He's well balanced right now in his early in his career. Just let him rock. And Tank gonna be Tank, man. You know, I get the praise, but people be feeling like, yeah, we gonna compliment him. Let me call him the next Tank. And I'm pushing that. Remember, y'all heard it here. If y'all ain't never heard it before, telling somebody they are the one and only them is far more of a compliment than trying to tell them they like somebody else that you deem great. I get it. It's a compliment in and of itself to try to put somebody in that same conversation with another fighter, but oftentimes we miss the mark and we overdo it. He ain't the next nobody with 3 fights, bro. Like he just him right now, and I'm pretty sure that's all he want to be. Platt Boy plays in the building. What's good, family? How you feeling? One of the reasons Tank attract fans because he's the first him. He his own guy. He didn't say the next somebody else. Man, you see it. He get it. He got his own identity. He's in it. And I ain't never seen a man seem like he spent 1 minute of his time trying to be somebody else. That doesn't mean he didn't take things from people's game and try to incorporate it into his own. But he doesn't spend the duration of his time as a fighter trying to be that guy or that guy. He Tank Davis, and he understands that. And for me, that's why he's going to continue to be successful, because he understands who and what he is as a fighter. And he understands, I think, what's in front of him, which is why he running around here 138 pounds when the fight ain't even on yet. You know what I mean? They ain't even officially dropped the date. He run around here in shape. That's scary. I'm just say that. The more focused, it seemed like as the time go, the more focused it seemed like Tank is becoming. The more people doubt him, it seemed like he's moving right in the direction that people saying he won't, and they doubting him. And then they still trying to complain and conveniently move the goalpost, but we're not going to let him. Y'all said he wouldn't fight Frank Martin. The hell with all of y'all that said it. He said he wouldn't fight him because of the style. Frank Martin would give him way too much of a different look and give him trouble because he athletic, he got good feet, defense, power, all this good shit. Now you get to try to walk it back because, nah, bro, nah. So remember, he's moving closer to that guy. After he fight him, I want to see what's next. But more importantly, let's see this fight first. You know what I mean? Set him up for that. Yeah, facts. That's a fact, though, Chop. That's a fact. That's why you never know what a guy becomes. So just let him be him, because you will always be on record for saying a guy is the one and only them. You can never go wrong, whether that's good or bad. This is when Tank became a one-hit quitter. Somebody in the chat break it down to me, because clearly they don't know that Tank just be talking to himself. Oh, man. Seen a fighter like Tank before push, you could tell Tank is Tank in and out the ring. Yup, he authentically makes people gravitate toward him. That's a fact, Josh. That's why he continue to win. That's why he got the best of both worlds. You got people that just want to see him fight, whether it's win, lose, or draw, because he must see TV. You got people that want to see him win because they rock with him genuinely. They root for his backstory and his success. You got people that genuinely want to see him lose because they think he overrated a cherry picker and overhyped or whatever the case. And the fact that he with Mayweather. So he got a winning formula. You got some of both. And then you, like I said, you got people that might not necessarily watch boxing, but they'll watch a Tank fight because it's an event and they're going to go there and be part of it. So it's a winning formula, and you that's why it working the way it's working. He know what he's doing. He got a team that get it. I'm just gonna keep winning, in my opinion. But salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. And y'all make sure y'all tap into the good brother J Hardcore at 8, man. Another dope build in the books. Storyline, y'all, just him and his people. Because they don't get it. They don't get it. It's kind of like Zenith, how people gravitate to Earl and they rock with him. People seem to not understand it, because you probably could look and you probably say, well, it's a fighter that's better than him, but that's not it. People rock with Earl because he's genuine. His energy is authentic, and from what I understand and hear, that he's approachable. Look at the way when he was just walking through, like in the crowd, how people was grabbing him. Basically, he trying to walk, people grabbing him, taking pictures, and he just turning around doing it. It's little shit like that people feel like they can reach out and touch Errol Spence, is why they're going to always support him. That's why I told you a real fight fan rocks with a fighter, win, lose, or draw. That's why I say a real boxing supporter. And it's deeper than the win or a loss, man. You appreciate the authenticity you get when you see an Errol Spence fight, when you see him walking, when you see him moving out and about. And that's why people gravitate to him, want to take pictures, other than the fact that he man down, he that guy, but he's approachable. So he understands it too. It's a winning formula. Tank versus Frank, top 3 fight in the year so far. I'm telling you, yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Ugas brought the crowd in Texas. You stupid. Can't fake authenticity, bro. You can't. You can tell when it's an act. I'm telling you, because at some point it's gonna be some glitches in your act. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be some discrepancies, and it ain't gonna line up, and people gonna see right through it. And when people see through you in boxing, they tend not to rock with you. And that's just what it is. But peace to the Queen Aisha, man. Much love and appreciation to everybody. Salute to everybody that came through and hit the like button. Salute to everybody that supported the grind. We will continue to build. This was another dope build, man. It's a lot of boxing. Like I said, it's going to be more to build on tomorrow. Salute to Oscar Valdez. That was a good win for him over Liam Wilson. Liam Wilson fought hard, but Oscar Valdez broke his man down. And when he hurt him, he took his opportunity, got his man up out of there. It's a lot of good fights. Rolly, salute to you. You got to get back. Eastside Cruz is a player at 140, like it or not. Big Fish is back, like it or not. Terence Crawford is still the man, like it or not. Devin Haney and Ryan still fighting, like it or not. It's a lot of shit going on in boxing, but I'm going to just sit back and enjoy it, man, and hope everybody make the best fights possible. You know what I mean? July 6th, I will be there. Prudential, Senator Keyshawn is with all the smoke. Just a FYI, he absolutely is. He absolutely is. I heard he's gonna be co-main, so I hope that's accurate. I think that's the case, but we're gonna see. Pitbull versus Big Barroso. That'd be a good fight too, Chop, because they hitting hard, man. Somebody getting knocked out. Yeah, like it or not, Devin and Ron still. I just had to roll with it. I was on the road, seeing if I had to roll. Devin and Ron still happening, like it or not. Know what I mean? But one more thing though, before we get out of there, I know I was forgetting something. Ryan Garcia almost got off the hook. I'm glad I said that. Zenith, I'm glad you mentioned that I said that, because one more quick thing. Ryan Garcia is back in the headlines again for the wrong reasons. This time, he said Mexicans are the modern day slaves. Government has always abused Mexicans and immigrants for years. You can't come into this country unless you do jobs for less money than everyone else. He missing the mark so far right here. This man is missing the mark so far right here. I'm not even going to try to defend it. I'm not going to even try to get deep dive into it. I'm going to just say, Ryan, you missing the mark bad. I know where you going right here with this, but this ain't it, fam. Like you can't, this ain't it. Modern day slaves, bro. Like I said, this has been one hell of a promotion for this camp, for this fight, or promotion or lack thereof. But this has been a hell of a show. This dude is crazy. Modern day slave. Then he proceeds to say, I'm speaking for my Mexican people. I don't speak Spanish, but I speak for the children. I'm sad and hurt, and we need change now. You see how it's like he is aware that he said something that's touchy and may be subject to be suspect. So then he tries to make it about the kids. It's just like whenever he drop a bunch of F-bombs and just say, oh, I love God. He say a whole bunch of ignorant stuff. Oh, I love Jesus. Like, I hate when he do that. So he does that here. I don't dislike Ryan. I just wish sometimes he wouldn't post certain stuff. It is what it is. He could say what he wants, but he just be tripping sometimes, y'all. So many Mexican children crying for their mom, it hurts me. Like, bro, so many kids missing at the borders, then take our children. Like, dude, just say the children. I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna mean it before we get out of here. I'm rocking with the Save the Children campaign. Win, lose, or draw, I don't even question that. Only thing I want to know if it's sincere. I promise you, Ryan. The Save the Children campaign, that's a real fight, bro. You better like be willing to push this far after this fight. This better not just be while you fighting Devin Haney, you keep talking about the children. I want to hear this. This is an ongoing fight. I hope you know that's a fighting battle, bro. That's a real battle you playing with, and people can really get behind you if you're serious. I seen him. He had some shirts that he said he was selling. You know what I mean? He was going to donate the proceeds and start an LLC. So, people know where the money going and all that stuff. He's saying some good stuff. I'm not knocking him, but I hope he understand. You don't get people rallying behind you for a movement that you're not fully invested in, is what I'm saying. So I hope he not just conveniently doing the Save the Children bit. And that's all I'm saying. I ain't got nothing else bad to say. I just hope he not doing that. That's it. That's all. If he's sincere about that, tip my hat to you, Ryan. I mean, you using a platform where millions of people is watching you to bring awareness to that in any way, shape, or form, man. Might come off a little bit out of the blue, but all right, if that's what you on, salute to you, bro. You know, sniffing and look cracked out when he fought Tank. Yeah, his voice was different. Yeah, it seemed like his voice completely stripped and went ghost on him, but you know what I mean, peace to the queen and Raina. Yeah, that's all, Ace. You know what I mean? That's all. Just don't be playing with it. That's all. Cause for me personally, I think that's a real cause. If that's what you want, salute to you, bro. It's dope. That's a real battle though, cause you not wrong when you saying, you know, kids are hurting and stuff. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So if you're using your platform sincerely to bring awareness to that, salute to you, bro. You know what I mean? But you got to be willing to run with that. You got to be talking about that. Like I think now that you opened it and the first time you started speaking about it was in the public, I think you kind of got to run with it because you opened that can of worms. You opened that door. So you just got to take it and run with it and keep pushing that. You want to see the children get help. That's all. Salute to you. Keep doing it. Got spoiled child syndrome. Ryan? Nah, you know what? Ryan the breadwinner in his family. Shit, they was poor. That's why his family was judges. Because they was poor. So I don't think it's spoiled child because shit, he the one spoiled himself, if anything. You know what I mean? They ain't had money till him, but I think Ryan is privy to a lot of information, and I think it's coming out at a time where people don't expect it. I'm trying my best to give him some leeway without shitting on him at all. Like, I think he just got a lot of stuff going on, and he choosing different avenues and ways to get it out. And if people just seen it more boxing related, we'd feel like he focused and people wouldn't question it. So timing is everything. That's what it brings me to. I can't fault him and say anything he's saying is right or wrong, but it's timing is everything, and it's pivotal. So he'll learn that moving forward. Frank versus Pitbull would be fire. Frank versus anybody would be a good fight at the top. Pitbull versus any quality top guy would be entertaining because he can push him. I mean, some people that don't care about the kids after they're born out, they can play them out taxes going towards helping the kids. Yeah, that's a good point. See this side in brotherhood. I share real information with kind like that. Gotta be vetted before anything, but I also think about that's another conversation. We could get into that, but I'm gonna leave it. I get you, but just know he operating in a different tax bracket, Annabelle. So just think about that. You operating in that tax bracket that kind of opens different doors. Should I say, without even going into details, he operating in a different tax bracket, and it's funny, right? After a fight where he made him X amount of million, 30 million. Something now he talking all this stuff, right? So it's a lot of stuff he said he was made aware of, but we'll see moving forward. But salute to my guy, Tim Lee, man. Much love, bro. Another dope show, man. Much love to my guy, man. B-Ray, salute to Bud deserves Fundora. Tim Dudes deserves Fundora. More than Earl, the move is weird. Nah, just think about it. It ain't weird from him, B-Ray, real quick before we get out of here. It's not weird from him. Just think about it. Put yourself in Earl's shoes. Is it if you are Errol Spence, B-Ray, is it in your best interest to look out for Bud or for you? Looking out for Bud will be saying, all right, I'm gonna sit back and let them work that situation out, and I ain't gonna pursue it. Looking out for you would be pursuing an opportunity that it seems like the people and the powers that be, your team, is gonna back you and making and support it. So it's about you didn't get the rematch for whatever reason, right? They say he turned it down, so Bud was cool with the rematch. So remember that, but moving past that, that's neither here or there. Errol Spence just looking out for him. He's just trying to get the opportunity that he think is going to be available to him. The same thing with Bud. Bud, like, hold on, you just lost, bro. You got to get to the back of the line. You got to work your way back. And he's saying what he's supposed to say, and so is EJ. EJ, like, I don't do no lines, and he gonna more than likely probably get the fight if it comes down to whose team is gonna push for them getting the fight. It's more than likely seem like it's gonna be EJ. Rome was good with it, fam. He said Bud got his just due when he got paid. Way more than his worth for the first fight. And then they have made different offers to him for fights, but he hasn't wanted those fights. I guess they haven't been of interest to him, so he said no. So again, this one would be like him telling them who he wants as opposed to them telling him who they have for him, right? And I think that's where the resistance come in, that is he probably got what he wanted in his head. They probably got what they had for him in there, so it's just what it is. But much love and appreciation to everybody in the building, man. Salute to the kings, man, and queens, everybody that hit the like button. Tim, do a rematch. They said he got a rematch. They said Tim Tszyu got a rematch. I salute to everybody, man. Y'all see me at Hardcore Boxing News at 8 o'clock, man. Much love and appreciation to everybody. We will be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock to build on some more boxing. Y'all already know. They're gonna fight because he's in-house. And that's another thing, Rome. If you're just looking at it, Errol Spence is a lifer, as they call it with PBC. That's just where he at. So they're gonna push for their guy. Is the guy that they built with that made more money. They're gonna push for him as opposed to the guy that's just working with them. You get what I'm saying? And from what I understand, he's unwilling to make more than a fight-by-fight commitment with them. So that also might get in the way of them helping him pursue the fight that he wants most, especially when it pertains to which one they're gonna go with, him or Earl. But Bud deserves it because they're amazing talent. He continued to win, beat everybody they put in front of him. And if they order it, look, you get what I'm saying? So I'm right there with you. For me, I just don't think either one of them is not deserving of the opportunity. I'm cool with either of them getting it, and I rock with either one. I'm going to support it either way. Salute to Bud Crawford, I mean, for being great. Bud deserves it more. So we could say it, but salute, man. Salute to B-Ray, and much love to my guy, Cecil, Ace, Rome, Superman, the rest of the gang, man. I will see y'all tomorrow. I'll see y'all over at J Hardcore, Hardcore Boxing News, man. Much love to y'all. We up out of here. Peace to the family.
They're talking about, I want to punish him. This man's never punished anybody in his life, man. You don't punish nobody. You're going to get punished. You got the lowest punch output in boxing right now. But
the most accurate, too.
That's fine. You walked into the wrong guy right here.
This guy don't have no fundamental at all. All he's relying on is a weak-ass hook. That's it. That's all he's relying on is a hook. That's all. No defense, no nothing, no footwork, no head movement. He don't have nothing. I'll probably break your jaw. I promise you.
Point to the easy work then. Don't let him bully you, son.
It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. You know what I mean? I enjoyed every moment of it.
It was a great fight. I hope to get a rematch one day. I didn't feel too good. I mean, I felt a little weak. My legs didn't feel too much under me, but it is what it is. I signed the contract, and that's that.
He's 1-0 on you. These are the two biggest names in the division. I want to see it again. I want to see it again now, and I want to see it with no dehydration. Shut the f*** up, bitch. Shut your mouth. Shut the f*** up. Shut your mouth. Yeah! You good, bro? What's good, bro? What's good, bro? What's up? What's up? What's good? You want this shit? Stop on me, boy! Keep sleeping on me, boy! Keep sleeping on me, boy! We already ready to go to 40, bro. We already ready.